Okay, there we go. Let me start all over again. No, I'm kidding. So, so you are.
Well,
Go ahead.
we're suckers for the obvious, so let's go right for the building.
Indeed.
Okay, so you are flying the ship towards the structure when another thing captures your attention, and that is a brilliant flash that just basically blinds the sensor array. It kind of washes it out completely, and your ship kind of rocks a little bit as just as this blinding light blinds your sensors and your ship's sensors, and you can tell that something happened on the outside of the ship, but Enya seems to be blind at the moment, and your view screen's not functioning. Bot basically warns you that you're flying blind and is not exactly sure what to do when he remembers that you can communicate with the ship. So he suggests that one of you touch a wall and ask Enya what's going on.
Not everybody at once.
Anyone?
You're still muted over there, robot boy.
I'll ask.
Okay. And as soon as you touch the one of the walls, you can hear Enya basically repeating over and over, "It's so bright, it's so bright. I can't see, it's so bright." And when you ask her what's wrong, she says, "The sun. It has flared so brightly that I'm blind. I cannot see."
I want to.
I walk outside.
We're still out in outer space, aren't we?
Yeah.
Do you need to put on your suit?
I guess, yeah. I've never took the suit off, I don't think. I never said I
Yeah,
did.
you probably didn't. Yeah, it's true.
Well, that was several hours ago, so you probably took it off, but then no biggie. You can slap it back on and head on out. All right, so Barnar, you head on out the ship, and yeah, as soon as the hatch opens, just nothing but a wall of light hits you in the face and fills the entire that entire compartment with light. And it's probably the most intense light you've ever seen. In fact, give me a strength challenge roll with 2 banes.
I start looking for any tinted glass that we might have in storage.
Okay.
I will stay
11.
away from the light.
What'd you get, Steve?
11.
All right. So you you managed to cover your eyes just in the nick of time, and you are not blinded by the light. Although you do, even through your gloved hand, the light is so intense that it's barely blocking it out. Blue, you and maybe some of the crew start searching the cargo room for some type of some type of shielding, and you do manage to find some. It seems like it's like an attachment to the faceplate of the spacesuits or the ether suits. So you know, they are detachable, so they were in the storage compartment.
I'd take one and walk right up to Baranora and just click it right over her face. Say, there you go, lass.
All right. Well, you have to go into the hatch to do that. And as soon as you go down the elevator into the compartment, yeah, blammo, the light is filling the entire compartment. So you basically have to hold the thing up to your own head to walk out to her to give her the the thing, and then you're walking yourself back half blind. So you slap the faceplate on Barnora, and even with that, it's very difficult to see. But just kind of looking in the general direction of the sun, which is actually partially obscured by the planet, one of the planets, it looks like the sun has tripled in size and is just enormous. Flares just wildly shooting off of it. And then just as quickly as it had grown in size, it begins to shrink. And in the time that you're watching it, which is over the course of a few minutes, and you kind of have to look away and look back, to be able to view it. In the course of the few minutes that you're watching it, the sun shrinks to the point where it is no longer visible as it's behind the planet. But the light that emanates from the sun grows dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and everything seems to be cast in a blanket of darkness and shadow. T-Bot, Enya tells you that the brightness is gone and it has now been replaced by darkness.
Okay. What kind of darkness?
The darkness that comes when the sun goes
Shines
away.
too bright.
When the sun goes away.
I'm going to go check her sensors on the ship and see if they're been burned out.
Okay.
I come back and say, well, the sun's gone.
Well, shit, we're too late.
So, I'm not totally torn up by that.
Hey, why are you trying to save the sun anyway?
Well, everyone else dies, so I don't get to drink anything if everyone's dead.
That's true.
Yeah, there goes your food supply. Yeah, so Barnard, before you come back in, you're out there for a few minutes, and you definitely see the sun shrinking behind the planet, disappears behind the planet, and then even just the glow that you see of the sun's rays refracting off of the planet's atmosphere, even that just dies out, and it's just complete and utter darkness everywhere you look. Eventually your eyes get used to the darkness, and you can see probably better than ever all the other stars in the sky. And also you notice one star in particular that seems to be brighter than all the others, but still very distant. Seems to be pulsing.
Yeah, that's got to be the blind eye star. The thief from our sun.
Sun thief. Okay, so eventually there's nothing left for Barnor to see, so she goes in, and the crew's asking, "What's going on? What's happening out there?"
I tell them nothing. Let's move on. As soon as Enya can see and her sensors are back up to at least 90%, 80%, we should probably keep moving forward towards the outcropping on the spindle.
Okay. And luckily for you, ether beasts are able to see quite well in the darkness of the ether because that's where they live. So she is able to adjust to the lack of starlight or sunlight and is able to just basically see by starlight. So she gets you back on track. And it takes you probably another hour or so to reach the area of the spindle that is marred, and when you get to it, you can see basically it looks like think of the spindle as a smooth cylinder, but there's this little rough patch, and it looks like somebody took a piece of sandpaper and basically sanded that one little spot. So you've got a spot that's really rough, but the rest of the area, or the rest of the spindle, is very smooth. So you head towards that rough spot, and the feature that your pilot slash captain noted comes up on the view screen, and it looks like two statues, fairly big size, coming up off of the surface of the spindle in that marred area. And when you get closer, these statues appear to be some strange creatures that you've never seen before, and they appear to be facing each other, but they seem to be made out of some type of stone-like material. But they clearly stand out because they do not. The material they're made out of does not look like the material that the rest of the spindle is made out of. Completely different color. Looks like a different texture even.
Well, let's move in and go see what these two giant combatants have to do with why my blue egg is all excited about. Is it still excited about this area of the spindle?
Yeah, actually, when you pull it out to check again, it is buzzing excitedly in your hand.
All right, and then is our head still pounding a whole bunch?
Actually, you notice that as soon as the sun flare started up, the pressure in your head suddenly went away.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Hola, Mr. Mark.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
All right, so the marred area of the spindle that you are approaching, although it looks small, it's actually several miles in diameter. So your pilot asks you, where do you want me to land this thing? Remembering the last time we landed on a moonlet and what happened there. Or would you like me to drop you off?
How big are the statues in comparison to Enya?
They are smaller than Enya.
All right. So
But
then
they're
we at least...
bigger than man size. They're probably maybe 20 feet in height.
Okay. I think we go drive right up to them then. If she can blast them, then we've got gunners that work for us now. So we can have fire going on while we're on the surface. We can have cover fire.
Sure. Okay, you start flying towards the two statues, and then suddenly all of you simultaneously hear a voice that seems to be going throughout the whole ship, but then you realize it's actually not, the voice is not coming from anywhere in the ship. It's actually coming from each of your heads. And the voice the voice is basically saying, "What happened to the sun? What happened to Mother?"
She's being stolen, and am I the only one where their voices are a little overactive today?
The rest of the crew are kind of like, "You guys hearing something? What's going on? Who's saying that?" So your hired help is hearing it. Blue's hearing it. The rest of you do hear it, although I don't know if you're going to acknowledge it. Before you can really even talk about it, you hear another voice in your head and a different voice respond to the first voice and say, Mother is ill. More ill than before, sister."
What was that first thing that jumped into us and talked to us in our head? Thought I wrote it in my notes early on.
Oh, yeah.
It was talking to us.
The energy being?
Yeah, what was that thing called? Damn it.
I do not remember.
It's not off. It's after the Manipede. It's after that guy.
This seems to be a completely different. It's a similar effect, but the voices are completely different than what you experienced before.
All right.
It's clearly two sentient beings that are talking to each other, but you guys are hearing it.
All right. Enya, or Captain Bot, will you please zoom in on the faces of the statues? I want to see if their mouths are moving.
Yes, sir, right away. And he
I'm
works
like
with you.
walking, I'm like slithering in circles, looking up, holding my egg like it's talking to me.
Okay. And you all watch the view screen as he zooms in on the statues, and the statues seem to be inert. They are not moving. They're not. They don't seem to be doing anything. But you hear the voice just as they zoom in. You hear the voices talking again, and they say the first one, which almost sounds feminine to you, says, "Mother has gone dark, brother. What does this mean?" And then a response comes, and they seem to be kind of delayed for some reason, but the response comes like 30, 45 seconds later, and the response is, "She has gone dark, sister. She shines no more, and yet I see another light, a light from a greater distance. Perhaps the prophecy has come true."
Hey, people in my head, don't worry about it. We're about to save this shit. I just need 2 more pages for a book. Can you hook me up?
"Brother, do you hear an annoying sound?"
Hello?
"Yes, sister, I do hear that sound. Whatever could it be?" "I know not. Let me reach out with my mind." And all of a sudden, that pressure that you guys felt in your heads earlier comes back, and it's like massively building up in your brains as this disembodied voice is reverberating through your heads. Who are you, and where are you speaking from?
I am Blue, and I am speaking from my mouth.
Nice.
That is not helpful. Blue, from whence do you come?
I don't know what whence means. But
She says,
I'm traveling with my Enya, our ether ship.
She says, "Open your mind to me, Blue." And she probes even deeper. Give me an intellect challenge roll, please, with 2 banes.
Intellect. All right, I will. Let's see here. Use divine cause. I'm going to expend the casting of a rank 2 spell to give myself 2 boons. Okay.
Whoa.
Oops.
All right, so I miss. But I tried.
All right, so a splitting headache just pierces your brain, probably the worst migraine you've ever felt. It only goes through your head for a moment, and then all the pressure backs off. And all of you feel the pressure leaving your skulls once again. And you hear the feminine voice say, "Brother, we have visitors from other worlds. They are near the spindle. They are near the portal." "Well, what do they want, sister?" "They seem to be seeking something, brother." "Blue, do you speak for your people?"
No, I speak for myself. My people are much smarter than me. They speak for themselves.
"I see. Look upon my face." And you get this image of a face forming on one of the planets. Bot turns the view screen basically towards the planet known as Kelna, which is on the far end of the spindle. Well, you guys are in the center, so it's on one end of the spindle. And as the view screen comes up on it, you basically see like half the planet, because the whole planet's too big to be shown on the the view screen. But like half the planet shows up on the view screen, and you can see this. You can see the planet's features almost like molding themselves, like the clouds are starting to move, and you see the terrain basically starting to shape itself into like a feminine face, which is really weird. And then you hear her say, "Look upon my brother," and instinctively Enya looks the other way towards the other planet, and on the other end of the spindle. And then the same thing's happening. These features, just start changing on the face of the planet, and you see like a male face starting to form out of all of the planetary features. And so now you all see the two planets as they speak to you, and they're still speaking to you in your head. And they say, the feminine voice says, "Blue, who speaks for your people, and himself. I see in your mind that you are seeking something, that you are drawn to the spindle. What is it that you seek, and we may be able to assist?"
I look at my own ring of tattoos down my arm and say, "We look for more pages like this. The lost pages of the book of saving the world."
And she responds, "That what you show me is the writings of the divine. Those are the writings that were held once, long ago, by our creator, Avalax, the Jinn."
Yes. We met a splinter of Avalax early in our quest. That was the name I was searching for earlier when I seemed confused.
The male voice responds, "Oh, sister, we probably shouldn't have gotten rid of those pages."
Gotten rid of? Where did you put them in? It's not like they're only this big to you. You can't even read them.
And she responds,
"How much space do they take up?"
And she responds, "Brother, if you will recall, they brought unwanted attention to us." And his response is, "You are correct, sister. I remember now. Way too many visitors. We do like our peace and quiet, do we not?" "Yes, brother, we do." And so they go back and forth for a little while, talking to each other, kind of forgotten that you're even there. Yeah, when you clear your voice, they're like, "Oh, yes. That which you seek no longer lies here upon the spindle where they fell so many eons ago. However, you may find what you seek on the other side of the portal."
What else might we find on the other side of the portal?
She says, "That is unknown to us, for the portal leads to another world. A world with which we do not converse, for we do not like our siblings."
I understand that point. That seems pretty consistent. All right, well, thank you both for your help. Enjoy your darkness, and don't move too far away while we're gone.
She says,
"Anybody else got anything for the voices in my head?"
"Mark, you're muted."
You're muted. And now you're gone.
Yep.
That wasn't mute. That was hang up.
Let the fun begin. There you are.
Wrong button.
I said, yeah, I mean, no.
All right. So I say, I tell everybody as if I was the only one hearing the voice in my head the entire conversation again. Filling everybody on that they think the papers are through this portal, which is something having to do with the two people standing there near each other.
Yeah,
what do you guys want to do?
This is kind of confirmed when you land your ship. A field of light basically begins to fill the area in between the two statues. And you're pretty sure that this is what the worlds were referring to as the portal.
All right.
Do we have to go on foot, or can the ship fit through?
All right,
No,
we
the
got
ship
some
is-
kind of weird echo going on from somebody.
Yeah. That's what I was hearing too.
You still hear it?
I don't hear it on you. I don't hear it on.
I don't hear it anymore.
What about me?
You
Yep.
hear with me? I hear with me.
I'm
a little.
hearing it. I'm hearing it on you.
Yeah, it's weird.
I think it might be me. No, I switched. Push to talk. Did that clear it up?
Maybe.
Nelson
maybe.
tried. Yeah, I cleared it up on Nelson.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, the push to talk you got to go with unless you got headphones. I think is a Discord thing because it just picks up the main talker.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, that's what I was told by a buddy the other day.
That makes sense.
Good to
We were
know. Good
bitching.
to
We were
know.
bitching about Roll20, and we were talking about using this, and he was saying that he hated it because he had to use push to talk.
Yeah, Roll20 and Hangouts you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
All
Roll20
right,
is
so
unreliable.
for the ship won't fit through the statues because the statues are only about 20 feet tall, and there's just not enough room. So
Oh,
we
we
have to
gotta
park
walk.
the ship. Got to park the ship. We got to walk, and then we probably need to send the ship up into a low orbit, so it can still give us cover fire if we come running out hot. Kiting a bunch of bad guys through the portal.
What's Kaiser?
seem
We stay
logical?
and fight to the death.
Yeah, while we're running out, you can stay there, and you can, and then we'll get on the ship and go home.
Bot says he prefers to avoid confrontation if at all possible.
You're
Sure.
muted now.
Now you're muted. Now.
Bot says that he would prefer to avoid confrontation if at all possible.
All right. Well,
Of course, you're a little guy.
Bot, the pilot, the gunners, the engineer, and the cook can have our six when we come, or they can cover us whenever we come running back out. So I'm
Right
good
on.
with that.
Okay, so Bot and the red shirts drop you off, and the spindle is extremely cold when you get off the ship. It is well below freezing, and you guys are thinking that if you had to spend any time at all out here, it would hurt really badly. But luckily, you are very close to the portal, so you can get there within a few paces. So I assume you gather your gear and head towards the portal.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Damn cat.
Just,
Are you in
I'm
cat?
sorry. I don't,
Are you in cat
no,
form?
I'm not- no, I don't know how to play this character. I'm just trying to be funny. I'm actually still very, very full of anxiety as I try to race from North Jackson to where I'm at currently. I'm just still from driving and crying and crying. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. You don't have to kill yourself in traffic just to get to a game.
Hey, dedication, man. I mean,
Gotta die for something.
who is Steve gonna kill if I'm not here to be killed? I mean,
Good point. I concede your point, sir.
but I was very far north of town when I said, okay.
All right.
So-
Well, no worries. Just keep safety in mind going forward. We will accept you even if you come in late. No big deal.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see here. The portal is glowing brightly, and as you walk towards it, you can see an image kind of projecting from the other side, and it is definitely the image of a different place, a place that looks wildly different than the spindle that you're on right now. It's actually lighter there. There's actually light in the sky on that other side, and the world beyond appears to be the world itself. The landscape appears to be very dark. Not dark as in there's not light shining on it, but the texture, the coloration of the world is dark. So you get right up to the portal, and who's going to be the first brave one to step through?
Not me.
Whoever
I
can push
will
through.
use needle to go invisible for 1 minute, and then I will run through.
Okay. You see Baranora jot through the portal, and she disappears.
I hold out a piece of rope. Look to you guys. Guess she didn't care. Put the rope back in my pack.
All right, who's
Somehow I
next?
So somehow I don't feel bad for her.
All right. I take my rope and I'm going to tie my rope off to the leg of one of the statues.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to tie it around my waist, and I'll set her some part of my round anatomy, and I will slither through.
All right. As Blue slithers through, he disappears. However, the rope remains dangling from where he had tied it off, and it's basically hanging in midair through where Blue had entered the portal.
Once
Who's
Blue
next?
goes through, I look at Robert's character and says he'd make an excellent belt for boots.
An excellent what?
Belt or boots.
I'm a snake.
Big skin boots.
Oh, gotcha.
Robert's sleepy.
You biological things, you.
I was just trying to bring him into the game.
Bot, in fact, T-Bot, your joints are freezing up. So you're thinking it's probably, you're going to probably need to either go back in the ship pretty quickly or hop through the portal.
I'll go ahead through the portal.
All right.
Really need to spray yourself down with some antifreeze.
And
I'll go
T-Bot
with Robert.
steps
And he
through the
can't
portal and
see?
disappears.
You can't see beyond the portal.
Yeah, beyond the portal, you see the image of another world. However, you're not seeing your companions on the other side when they step through.
And he said the light is brighter?
The light is brighter on the other side.
I guess I need a cloak or something then. I'll have to go back and get some more sun protection.
Okay, no problem. Enya is pretty close, so you can run back to the ship and back to the portal in no time.
All right, so I'll go through once I have more protection, like eye goggles and heavier cloakage.
All right, good deal. You step through the portal and disappear as well, leaving Zorro and Zorro behind.
I'll go through.
And Zorro steps through, and when Zorro steps through, he falls a good 2 or 3 feet as the portal is not level with the ground, and all of you fell a couple of feet. So you really, when you get to the other side, everybody is expecting to pick you up off the ground because they had to pick each other up off the ground as they stumbled through. But on this side of the portal, you don't see the statues. All you see is the circular or hemispherical shape of the actual portal itself. You don't see the 2 statues that are standing on the spindle.
I land on my feet.
Say again?
Are there any more? the cat lands on its feet.
As they do.
We, are there any trees or rocks or anything like that around us?
As you survey your new surroundings, you note that it looks like a completely different place. The world is, or the planet itself, seems to be made out of some dark, rocky material. And looking off in the distance, it appears to, or not in the distance, looking up in the sky, it appears that you're not actually on a planet, but on a moon. For in the sky, that is taking up a good portion of the horizon, is a large planet that is obscuring part of the sky. You also see, beyond the planet, a sun that is burning fiercely in the sky. It's more distant from this world than what you're used to seeing on your respective worlds, except for perhaps Blue. Blue, your world depth was a good distance from the sun. And the sun that you're seeing in the sky here is about the same distance, maybe a little bit closer to this sun than depth was to the original sun. So just to put this into context, here's the map of the solar system, and you guys were here on Orpheus and Kelna, the twin planets, and you teleported all the way to Tempest, which is this world down here. And not actually to Tempest, but you teleported to one of its moons, Hellfast, which is where...
Can you click the map, please?
Sorry?
Can you click the map where we are?
Yeah, let me ping you down there.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the planet Tempest, and the moon, Hellfast, is actually right there. All right, so this is the world and the moon that you're on. It's not actually here in its orbit. It's actually much closer to the blind eye, which is on the outermost ring of the solar system. So the map that I'm showing you right now has them on the opposite ends, but they're actually much closer to each other right now in their orbits than what the map shows. But the light that you're seeing in the sky is coming from the direction of the blind eye, which confirms what Blue said earlier, that the blind eye has ignited and is now a full-fledged sun. So you are on Hellfast, one of the moons of Tempest, and the world itself is made of it's very dark material. You're thinking probably volcanic material, and indeed, as you're looking around, the immediate area appears to be kind of a deserted. Well, not deserted. It seems to be a desert area. The ground is very dry and cracked. The air is fairly chill, probably 50 degrees or so. Not terribly uncomfortable, so you're not going to have to make any type of strength checks to avoid any type of exposure issues. But it's just cold enough to be uncomfortable. And off in the distance, you see dark clouds in the sky that suggest that there's volcanic activity occurring elsewhere on the planet. But it's far off in the distance. Doesn't seem to be anything that you need to be immediately concerned with. Give me perception checks, everyone. All right, 14-11. Steve, what'd you have?
17.
17.
13.
Okay, very good. All of you spot the tracks in the earth. They're a little ways away from where you emerged from the portal, but you can definitely see tracks of some sort of wheeled vehicle that passed through this area at some point. It's very difficult to tell maybe how old the tracks are because the ground is so dry. And there seems to be a general lack of wind blowing through this area, at least for the moment. So the tracks could be old or they could be new. No way really of knowing. But they seem to be headed.
Would somebody with the tracker profession be able to tell?
Possibly. Anybody have that?
Yep, I do. I picked
All
it
right.
up with this last one.
Hey guys, real quick, before we go too much further, we have a frickin' personnel pod that we had just added to our ship last game. I wonder if that bitch would have flown through there.
Oh well.
We had like an away ship. We might have been able to fly through the portal.
Oh,
Damn
well.
it. Damn it. Yeah, we had a shuttle. The shuttle might have fit between, through the air. 20 feet tall. The shuttle's, anyway. Sorry, I
I
just had
prefer the beaming down away team over the shuttle away
the
team.
shuttle A team. All right.
Okay, so yeah, you see tracks, and Baranor, are you going to go up and inspect?
Yeah.
Okay, and you
Boons or
do.
Banes?
Sorry, Boone?
Boons or Banes?
Well, let me tell you what you see first, and then you can go
Okay.
ahead and make your check. You go up there, and you can see that there are not only some wheeled tracks, but there are also some prints that seem to have been left behind that seem to be walking alongside the wheeled tracks. So give me give me a perception check with a boon because of your tracking ability.
Okay. 14 plus 4, 18.
Okay, very good. You are able to discern that the tracks seem to be going in a specific direction. So they came from a direction and are headed towards a direction. The direction they're headed towards seems to be towards a series of hills off in the distance. And as you're looking to see about how far away they are, you're guesstimating maybe 20 miles or so away. It's kind of hard to tell because you're kind of on a flat plain right now, and the desert seems to go on forever into the horizon. But you do see off on at the horizon, you see a series of hills, very small. So you're guesstimating there may be maybe a day's walk away.
Can I tell how many and how long?
Yeah, you can tell that the tracks are probably about a week old. There is some precipitation in this area, but you kind of have to dig pretty deep in order to find some signs of moisture. So it's not completely a desert, but it does seem like there is a good stretch of time between rainfalls. And just given the signs that you have, you're guesstimating that the tracks are about a week old. You see that there is one vehicle that seems to have made the tracks, and the footprints that you're seeing are not of any humanoid that you're familiar with. They have 3 toes that seem to end with claws, and then it has an opposing back toe that is also clawed. They seem to be the size of not much bigger than your footprint, Barnora. So they're smaller than a human-sized foot, but they're bigger than your foot, just slightly.
They're giant chickens.
Are they the same size as the bugs we were fighting, or totally different foot pattern?
Totally different.
All right.
What about the creatures that were raptor-like that pulled the cart back on the other planet?
Yeah. Yeah, similar. Similar in that they seem to have the same type of feet, but you can tell that they're different creatures altogether.
Okay. I relay all this information to everybody.
All right. Well, if it's chickens, we'll eat good tonight. Let's start making our way.
I think they're velociraptors, not chickens.
Well, I've never eaten a velociraptor though. I hear they all taste like snake.
All right, you guys start heading towards the direction that the tracks were headed towards, which is the hills in the distance. And you are traveling probably about a couple of hours before the sun starts dipping close to the horizon, which is actually not the horizon of your world, but the horizon of the planet that is obscuring part of your horizon. So as soon as the sun drops below that planet, it's going to basically cast that planet's shadow on your world, which will make it nighttime. So it is you're guesstimating you have maybe another hour, maybe 45 minutes of sunlight before it gets dark. And Mark is speaking, but nothing's coming out.
Because he's muted.
Yeah, I see the little microphone with the line through it right there by his head. He's talking to someone other than us.
He is chatting with somebody else, much more interesting than we are. And that must be Mini Mark.
That is Mini Mark's friend. Okay. That is Mark's friend's Mini the friend.
And we just lost him.
So,
all right.
All right.
Now, can I tell with astronomy or anything like that what the temperature is going to get like at night?
You can try. Give me a astronomy check. Anybody else have any type of survival or wilderness experience?
Should have made the druid.
I have tracker, astronomy, and healer.
No, I have knowledge, religion, knowledge, arcana, and marketing.
Marketing.
I got 11.
Man, if I'd have known you'd had marketing, this would have been a totally different game.
Well, I took that after I started doing those deals with that guy and the original merchant guy. And so the next level, I got a thing. I was like, well, screw it. I'm going to take marketing and see if I can get a better name. And then we haven't had a chance to use it anymore. So
been looking for a chance to merchandise. Very good.
Yeah. So next we're gonna have the blue Naga doll, bobblehead Baranora.
It's all right. I have dancer profession, and I've never had that cotton handy.
All right.
Thank you.
So
I got an 11.
You're 11. You're going to guess that it's probably going to drop anywhere from 10 degrees to as low as 25 degrees. So it could get rather cold tonight.
I didn't let everybody know that and say they should have wore one of the suits that I'm wearing.
Sorry about that, y'all.
You're okay.
No problem, Art.
Well, luckily we have a fire wizard with us, so he can light some shit on fire, and we can have a nice toasty camp. So.
Okay.
What?
And I only know that because I made all his quick buttons today.
All right.
Wait a
So
minute. You have a cat who has fire.
Yes, it's a fire cat.
Fire cat. Don't leave
Probably
home
got a lot
without
of
it.
bald spots.
Okay, so you're going to start looking for a place to camp then, I guess?
Yeah, why not?
All right. You start looking around the area. You find some craters nearby that look like they might be a good place to shelter, to hunker down. And also, a couple of you find some dried up vegetation of some sort. sticking out of the cracked earth. Looks like no plant or bush that you're familiar with, but as you touch it, it kind of crumbles. So you're thinking it probably light up pretty easily.
All right. Well, we'll why don't we start on fire some random plant or weed in the wilderness that we've never had before? That seems like it won't bother us.
Nah, not at all.
Oh,
What could possibly go wrong?
I'll get a couple of these little, let's say, the buds from these plants and put them in between some rocks, and then everybody can sit around it in a circle, and Zorro can light it up.
Anybody
can start the fire.
Anybody have some Who records or Pink Floyd records?
Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh shit!
All right. Somebody pull out a jar and start attaching tubes to the sides.
No, we've got a robot, man.
Yeah, really.
We just funnel it through T-Bot. Everybody gets a finger or a toe.
That's not creepy at all.
This is Shadow of the Demon Lord. It's supposed to be creepy and unnerving.
Well, success. You've made it.
We have won.
You have creeped out the DM. Congratulations.
Yeah, and we did it before level 10, so don't we win?
You do. That reminds me of that scene on Airplane where they have to pull out the manual blow-up valve on the autopilot.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's funny.
Okay,
so camping. We lit the logs on fire.
You make camp, and as the sun dips down below the planet's horizon, it gets dark rather quickly. And you can see the stars very brightly, but another thing you see is the haze of artificial light coming from the hills, denoting the presence of a settlement of some sort. Still a good distance away from you. You think you've traveled maybe 8 or 9 miles, perhaps. You still got a good click to go before you get to the to that lighted up area in the hills. And the way that the temperature is dropping, you're thinking that continuing to walk is probably a bad idea. In fact, you're feeling the onset of a strength challenge roll when you start lighting up your campfire to stave off the cold chill of the night. As soon as the fire is lit with the strange alien bush, you are warmed up instantly, and you are able to fend off that frigid night air that descends upon you. Are you going to set any watches for the night, or are you going to trust that nothing can sneak up on you in this flat plain?
Watches.
I don't sleep.
Yeah, so he's going to be on watch the whole time?
All right.
Though I
Very
guess
good.
I rest. I'm not sure how that works.
All right, so T-Bot's going to be your watchtower.
And I'll put up that spell.
All right, what spell is that? Oh, that spell. Secure sight. Awesome. Invisible field springs into existence along the circumference of the area for the duration you know. Whenever a size half or larger creature moves into the area from outside. The knowledge wakes you if you are asleep. Cool.
Actually, I'm going to cast that again since I get a ton of these. I'm going to put it in my orb, and I get 5 castings of this. So I am going to give this to each of them using the whatever that's called. No, it's the artificer.
Oh, art where you could give I know you're fucking. What is that called? It's basically you're making like a castable off of like a coin or off of something else.
Yes.
All right, so we all can cast Secure Sight basically one time.
That way, if anybody smaller than or larger than whatever it wakes everybody up.
All right.
Very good.
I like
Okay.
it.
Okay. So you cast a spell and it goes off without a hitch. You feel the magical hum arise around you, giving you instantly a sense of security. And those of you that sleep find it rather easy to do so with a nice warm fire and the knowledge that your tubed up robot that's emitting smoke from various orifices is keeping watch while you are resting. And so, how many watches? Or I'm sorry, T-Bot, you're going to do all the watches, correct?
I guess.
Okay. So the rest of you are going to sleep the night through, and as you do that, you all have some pretty fucked up dreams. You are all witnessing from an undetermined point a sun, and the sun is glowing bright red and yellow as they do. Somehow you're able to look at the sun without going blind in your dreams, but what you see is these ships, or what you presume to be ships, appearing in the ether all around the sun. And you watch as these ships bring or come together, and they appear to start building the structure around the sun. And it seems to be a time-lapse dream that you're watching as the structure takes eons to create around the sun, and yet you're watching it form over a very short period of time as you dream. And this structure appears to be like a well, actually, I'll show you a picture. I got a picture.
That'll make it easy.
I have a picture somewhere. Where is my picture? That's not it. Oh, shit. I thought I had a picture, but I don't appear to have a picture after all. I will have a picture of this. But just to describe it, it looks like a metal structure has been built around the sun, and it has arms that stretch out from the sun, kind of like in an arc around
Is it
it.
a giant fucking green?
Well, the ships are tiny, but there are so many of them that over the course of time, they're like building this structure up. And it takes, you can tell in your dream that it takes millions of years for this structure to be built. But you're watching it kind of like in a time-lapse thing. So it starts off as, just a little tiny little thing, and then it just builds up over, and it's got these arms reaching out from the sun. So that is what you see when you wake up. Is the last image you have is basically this sun that has this metal structure around it with these claw-like arms coming out from it, and swarms of these ships are just floating around it. And the ships are very reminiscent of what Reens look like. They're not exactly they don't look exactly like Reen, but they look very similar to how Reens are constructed. So anyway, when you wake up from your sleep, this image is fairly burned into your brains as from your dream, and you really get the sense that this was more than a dream. You're pretty sure that this structure exists somewhere. T-Bot, during the course of the evening, you are made aware of a couple of things that come close to your secure sight spell, but don't quite breach the circumference. There's some movement on the outer edge of it that is close enough to get your attention. And when you look in that direction, you can see a worm-like creature come up out of the earth and basically go back down into the earth. And when you look at it, it looks like it was made of stone.
Gentlemen, we need to walk without rhythm.
Nice.
But luckily, the stone worm did not choose to approach your campsite.
Do I see it still around, or is it moving anywhere?
Now, once it goes back into the earth, it disappears from your sight, and you don't see it again through the course of the night. You were tempted to wake everybody up when it first popped its head up out of the earth, but it disappeared back into the earth quickly enough, and it didn't come anywhere near your camp, so you felt okay about not waking everybody. I mean, maybe you did wake somebody just to be safe, but you didn't feel like you had to because it didn't seem like it was threatening.
It wasn't nearly as big as the worms we saw on Tartarus, is it?
The worms on Tartarus appeared to have been flesh and blood worms.
Okay.
The worm that T-Bot saw just now appeared to be made out of rock. Solid rock, or at least a rock-like shell.
All right. We'll eat that for dinner when we get hungry tomorrow.
Onyx, I choose you. Yeah, my kid watches or plays Pokemon, so so there you go. Okay, so morning comes and you have a good night's rest behind you. The sun starts to rise, instantly warming the landscape. And you are able to proceed with your travels on this good fine day. Looks to be a clear day, although the thick dark clouds from the volcanic activity seem to have wafted in your direction more, but they're still not anywhere near you to cause any problems.
Okay, I'm going to do the first of hopefully a special set of spells that will top my mornings off.
Okay.
So while they're eating breakfast, I do a 1 hour spell and stick it in a cube or whatever. But first, I'm going to use, I took Wizard, so I'm going to use the Grimoire for Harness Magic to try to get some magic points.
Love that. That's the only thing that saved my ass in Dwayne's game.
I'm just doing it to make a really cheesy comment by the end of this.
Oh, well, I'm sure it'll be worthwhile. Okay.
May I ask a semi-redundant question?
Go right ahead.
We made it through the night and got back our cast, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'd like to go ahead and cast this now. That's all right.
Sure thing. And I don't know if any of you took any damage from the last session, but of course enough time has passed where you are able to expend some of your healing to get to restore some of that, and also take any other healing methods or take advantage of any other healing methods that you may have available to you.
All right.
Perception checks, please, everyone.
I was one short, but the other thing I'm casting and putting into an object for somebody to use. Or I guess it's, but well, we'll discuss that in a moment, I guess.
Okay.
What kind of, we're doing perception, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Sorry about
Powered suit. I love it.
Okay, it's going in an emblem, and in order to activate it, the person has to go, "It's morphin' time."
Oh my. Love it.
All righty.
Go Power Rangers.
So I give that to somebody to use when they're ready to use it.
Sounds good. All
A
right.
non-fighter type. Oh wait, my buddy. What was your class again, Mark?
Class, I'm a
Gunslinger.
You broke your mute again.
Nope, can't hear you, Mark. Whoa. Hello.
Slam it, motherfucker! Slam it! Hit it harder!
It's like a roller coaster watching Mark.
What does Mark
he
do?
is-
What does Mark do in the daytime hours?
Not much. I think he's a vampire.
Vampire, awesome.
He feeds on college co-eds in Starkville.
Oh, cool.
You still? Are you there yet, Mark?
He's an adept witch gunslinger. So he's mostly
Okay.
ranged weapons.
Um,
I'd say your best bet
I guess-
to give that 100 health to is probably Baranora, because I'm way too all over the fucking place.
yeah, but Baranora like attacks stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is more for added health and to have some attack that you wouldn't normally have, and it's not that good of an attack.
Well, then I'd give it to the vampire then.
Yeah, because it would hurt my defense.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the defense I know would drop. I actually just built that onto a caster for Rob's game. I'm running a technomancer who walks around with a power suit, dropping bullshit around. But anyway,
Okay, John,
And,
you got the power suit.
Yeah, Vorvon is getting increasingly uncomfortable as the sun rises.
well, he should get into the power suit, and that way he won't be directly in the sunlight.
Yeah.
I guess
Who wouldn't want a vampire in a mech suit anyway? I mean, that's fucking badass.
That is badass.
He could put aluminum all in front of the windshields, so there's just a slit there, like Spike from Buffy.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so who rolled me the perception challenge rolls? Vorvon, is that a 21 from you?
Yeah, Vorvon cheated. Everybody else rolled normal.
I didn't.
All right,
I
so
had 13.
I have an extra set of eyes now because of my master path, so I get a little help with perception.
nice. Vorvon, you see a you see a figure and a vehicle that seems to be heading in your direction from the hills. So it's coming from the direction that you're headed towards.
Does it look threatening?
Sorry.
Does it look threatening?
Not at this time. It just looks like it's a wagon of some sort, and there appears to be a couple of figures that are walking alongside of it. They're not charging or anything like. They're not going at a rapid pace. They're just traveling at a normal speed, and they seem to be heading, coming towards you guys.
They don't have like spikes all over it, and mohawks and all that kind of thing.
You can't really tell at this point because
Nothing
they're still
screaming.
about half a mile away when you spot them. But you can
Oh,
tell
right.
that the two little figures are. They don't appear to be human. They're shaped kind of weird.
Well, I think that bothers us any.
They're not Naga either.
We have snake, cat, robot, vampire, midget.
That's
That's
true.
our party.
That's true. Using human as the standard is definitely wrong in this campaign.
Yeah, it's like we don't give up. It looks like a human. That would freak us out.
So you
Hey,
have
I look human. I just look like a child.
I
you're
said
the
midget.
oddball.
That's not acceptable word anymore. I apologize if it's not anybody. The one person who watches this podcast, I apologize.
I'm 5'7", so I could take offense to that if I chose to, but I won't.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I'm 5'7" on a good day, so
When you stretch.
yeah, when I stretch.
No
So
worries.
anyway, what do you guys?
I'm
What's your
6'6",
reaction?
so I don't worry about it.
I will tell the party that the wagon is coming, and I guess I'll crunch over there.
All right. Is there there's nothing to hide behind or anything, so it's not like we could duck behind some rocks or anything anyway. So
Not really.
Just
I
Not
just put
the-
my weapons out and wait.
yeah, I'll just keep walking towards it. It's the way we're going anyway. And my chain is my reen arm weapon is always at the go, so
right.
we're ready.
Okay. So you pack up your gear after T-Bot is finished with his spell routine, and you start heading towards the figures that are walking towards you, and you note that the figures stop as they spot you. So it seems like they weren't walking towards you. It doesn't seem like they were walking towards you purposefully. It just seems like they happen to be walking your direction, and now they spot you, and it seems like they don't know what to make of you.
I wave.
And
what the ring is.
you see one of them kind of raise its hand and imitate your wave, and the other one hits it, and it starts being really animated towards it.
Keep walking towards them. Well, Slither, these guys can walk.
Okay. So you get to within a few hundred yards from the wagon that's still motionless, and you can tell that there are two creatures that are walking beside it, and there appear to be at least one creature driving the wagon, and there doesn't appear to be any type of creatures pulling the wagon. It just seems to be moving on its own. So you're not really sure what kind of magic that is, but there is definitely one sitting on top not really even on top of it. It's kind of like in the middle of it, in this section that kind of juts out of the front, and it's sitting like in a cockpit type thing. And these creatures are definitely wary of you. They seem to be holding some kind of pole defensively. And when you get close enough to be within earshot, you hear them shouting something out to you in some language that you're not familiar with.
Let me check one thing. I'm just going to click this. I'm not doing it yet. I just want to double check the wording on it. That lets me recognize illusions, can see invisible. Okay. It's just sight. I didn't know if it was understanding also. So anyway, I don't use it.
Okay. Any of you have any type of ability to understand languages that you're not familiar with?
No. I was trying to see what my languages were.
I speak dark speech.
I have something called Conjure Useful Item. Can I get a dictionary?
Sure, but it's not their language. You need one of those English to Martian books.
Yeah.
Whichever one is necessary, it'd be very useful.
I speak Common, Naga, and Reen. That's all that I speak, and I read and write them also.
Okay. Baranora, you actually pick up a what sounds like a word or two in dark speech, but the words that they were using they're not quite making sense. It's almost like an offshoot of dark speech, but it's not the dark speech you're familiar with. But the couple of words that you pick up seem to be questioning, who you are and where you're going, that type of inquiry.
I respond back in dark speech, see if they could pick up some of my words, that we come in peace and we're just weary travelers, came through some weird portal. Now we're trying to figure out where we're going.
And the spokesperson of the crew here yells out again. This time his speech seems to mirror your version of dark speech. And his response to you is, "Were you sent by the Overgod?"
Yes.
Hey, that's the right answer. If anyone ever asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yep. That's exactly what went through my mind.
All right, so as soon as you respond to yes, they seem to lower their weapons somewhat from their defensive position, and they resume their progress towards you. So it takes them a little bit to get to you, but if you guys continue to walk, you kind of meet them halfway, and they address you, Barnora. Well, let me describe what they look like first. They look like weird little Martian guys. Actually, let me just do this.
Is there feet what the tracks were making that I saw before?
No. You've never
So
seen...
they don't have the clawed feet.
No, I'm sorry. No, they do have the feet that match the tracks you saw before. They're not wearing any footwear. They are wearing kind of like they have this like oilcloth draped over them. But for the most part, their skin is bared, and they look like little weird alien guys, which I'll show you here in a moment. But they are fairly short. They're maybe about 4.5 to 5 feet tall, kind of squat. Their head is much bigger than the rest of their body. And they do have clawed hands with 3 fingers and a thumb to kind of match their feet. So they're talking to Barnora, or the one addresses Barnora and says, we were told to look for travelers that seek the Overgod. Are you they?
Yes.
Then follow us. And they
I'm
turn their
relaying
wagon.
everything that's going on in the conversation back to everybody else.
All right. They turn their wagon around and start heading back towards the village.
Do they have any scripture from the Overgod?
Sure, I'll go ahead and ask that.
They don't know what scripture is. This is what they look like. Can you see that?
No.
Oh.
I see nothing.
Yeah, that's because I don't have you guys out there. Hey, when that happens. Okay. I'll put you out there slowly. But anyway, you ask if they have any scripture, and they don't understand what that means. They say that the Overgod talks to them, and they do what the Overgod says. And the Overgod said to watch for travelers that are seeking him. All right, can you see him now? Well, motherfucker, what am I doing wrong? Are you guys on? Oh, no, you're not on the right thing. Okay. That would be why.
Yeah, you do have to have us on the same page that you're on.
That helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have any other questions?
I don't.
Now let's go meet the Overgod. Oh, that's a big version. That is frickin' Yoda.
No, he's not that big. I just made him bigger so that you can see what he looks like.
That's a giant Yoda.
Evil Yoda.
It's a Grota.
He's more that size.
Yeah. All right.
That's a Yoda when he comes into sunlight and eats after midnight.
I think so.
Yeah, very very gremlin reminiscent. So these guys are kind of walking and they're muttering to each other in that bastardized version of dark speech. Barnor, give me an intellect challenge roll. See if you can pick up what they're saying.
Ooh, that's one of my.
I have it as well. So you want me to roll it?
Sure.
Uh, 19.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you're able to pick up enough to kind of get the gist of what they're saying, and basically they're talking about how the elders were right, and they're wondering if these are the ones that are that were foretold, and if the Overgod will will be bested by these. And the other ones are very doubtful that will happen. The Overlord is never bested, but the elders say that that 5 will come to best the Overlord, and it basically just goes on and on like that. It sounds like these guys are expecting you to take on the Overlord for some reason.
Well, it's good that Jeremy wasn't here. Otherwise, we'd have too many people to fulfill the prophecy.
The whole
That's right. So it's the Overlord or the Overgod?
Overgod. It could be Overlord, but you know their dark speech is really bad.
I understand.
But you're
like,
definitely
get
getting
to
the sense
fight
of a
somebody.
divine being.
I want to have my Reen arm kind of. Normally, when I'm meeting somebody new, I kind of have it hidden to some extent.
Sure.
I'm going to flash it a little bit just to see if I get any reaction from them seeing that type of any recognition reaction when they see it.
Okay. One of them happens to catch a glimpse of it, and he doesn't seem to make anything of it.
Okay.
All right, so you guys travel for a few hours, and you get to the hilly area, and there seems to be a road that's been that's kind of been marked through the hills. You take to the road, and after another about half an hour of travel or so, you come to an area that has several what appear to be huts set up. This must be the village that they were referring to. And you can see various campfires that have been set up. Excuse me. Man, I had Mexican food before the game tonight, and it's coming back. So the village is alive with activity. A bunch of these alien dudes are milling about, doing their daily routines, just kind of wandering. They all look basically the same. You can't tell male from female or any other differentiation. They all appear to be almost carbon copies of each other. And it's not that they all look the same to me type situation. They literally all look the same. And the only difference is some of their clothing may differ, but they physically all appear very similar to each other, exactly the same as each other. So all the villagers start basically pointing as you enter the village.
Don't say singing.
Sorry?
Don't say singing.
No, they're not singing. These are not munchkins. You're not in Munchkin Land. You are in an alien village, and they seem to have been awaiting your arrival. And you see a couple of the alien guys run off towards this bigger hut that has the white roof on it. And after a couple of minutes, another one of the alien dudes comes out, and he looks like all the rest, except he's got a little bit more of a kind of a robe thing draped over him, and he's carrying a staff, and he starts hobbling in your direction. The guys that take their cart over off to the side, and they mumble or they mention to Baranora that the elder would like to have some words with you.
Okay. Take us to your leader.
Yeah, we'll hear what he has to say.
All right, the elder approaches you, and he invites you into his hut for a grand feast.
I'm all up for feasting.
Punch and pie. I don't need to eat or drink, so I'm good.
All right. He starts hobbling back towards the hut. He's barking orders at various people who start running off to fulfill the orders. When you get to his hut, it seems very plain. There's not much in it. He bids you to sit on the floor. Then they bring in one of the, or a couple of guys come in, build a fire in the center of the hut, and one of the guys pulls out this big, black, glassy-looking knife, and they bring in this other alien dude. Looks the same as the rest of them. They lay him down on this cot that's in the tent, and they slit his throat, bleeding him out into a bowl, which they fill completely, and then they pour portions of the blood into these separate containers, and they put one of the containers in front of each of you. And then they start cutting up the dude and putting the parts on various utensils to be placed above the fire as it cooks.
And while they're doing that, I cast my spell.
Okay.
Conjure feast.
So
All right.
we also bring our food to them.
All right.
I
don't eat
Excellent.
or drink, so
I am horribly disappointed in my portion of blood, and I want to. Can I ask for the knife they used?
I give him my glass, so he's got more.
No, I have to do it. So.
All right. Yeah, they hand over the knife gladly, and then the feast appears before everybody, and the elder is
Well, I
shocked.
stab. I'll kill one of them with the knife and chop him up and add that blood to mine.
Okay. They don't seem to be bothered by this for some reason. In fact, the elder is more surprised by the feast of food that appears than he is at you slaughtering one of his villagers.
Do I gain corruption for that?
You do. You gain a corruption for that.
if they were human.
No. This was a villager cook that was slaughtered in cold blood. So I think that's worthy of a corruption.
All right. I now have a boon until I rest.
All right. So you are slightly more corrupt, Vorvan, but the villagers and the elder doesn't seem to care. And the elder thanks you in dark speech, which Baranora can translate, and says that the Overgod has foretold of your coming, and you are you have been chosen to defeat the Overlord, the Overgod, to free his divine spirit. But first, you must feast upon the blood of the villagers, so that the Overgod will be aware of your arrival.
Vorvan does all our blood feasting. It's part of our deal. Some of us do certain things. He blood feasts for us.
I'll ask everybody if they want that.
Yeah, you can have my blood feast.
I am but a servant of the great Mark character. Zorro.
Chavra definitely preaches vegan, so I have to pass on your, it being an egg and all, it doesn't want us eating anything like that. So
I'll drink it for him, I guess.
I have to claim veganism.
I don't have to consume food or drink to survive.
But they want you to.
So I will not partake.
How did you get away from food and drink? Are you undead now too?
No, the one of the items we got.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
One that lets me turn invisible for a minute. Also, granted, I don't have to eat or drink.
Nice. I'm going to teleport to miss.
I think I'm killing more people because, in addition to each point of corruption you gain during play, grants you 1 boon to attack and challenge until I rest. So I murder everyone else except the guy, except the leader.
Okay, well, there's only a handful of guys in here, so you kill 4 more guys.
Okay, I have 5 boons for all attacks and then further till I rest.
All right, that's awesome.
Well, the fight's probably not going to be till tomorrow, so after you rest, you're...
Luckily, I don't have to rest till I want to.
Okay, so the elder basically presents you with the prophecy, and the prophecy is that long ago, the overgod appeared to them through this magical hole in the sky, and he appeared as these pages that came floating out of this hole. But the pages, when they landed upon the earth, took the form of the overgod. And the way he's talking, it sounds like this overgod is massive. He talks as if it's basically a gigantic god. And he says that the overgod awaits the day when his divine essence will be freed once again. And he says that he created these creatures as his watchers, so that they may direct the ones foretold to him, so that they may destroy him and free his divine essence. So, if you're interested in doing this, the elder says, you may find the overgod in the canyon, which is about a day's journey to the south.
Yes, we need those pages. I mean, we need to talk to the god.
All right. So after you're done feasting, the elder basically says, all right, I've done my job, so fuck you all, I'm going to bed. So he basically boots you out of the hut, and all the other alien dudes basically, at that point, almost in unison, start retiring to their individual huts. So you're kind of just left standing there with a cup of blood in front of you and some overly cooked alien meat.
So do they expect us to sleep in this murder room, or do we get our own tent?
They really don't care at this point. It appears that they did their job in giving you the directions to the overgod, so they don't really care what you do at this point.
Huh. All right. If we're staying here, I want a hut with no aliens in it.
Well, figuring with how many people Vorvon had killed, I think we got some places.
Yeah, there should be some empty huts somewhere.
I don't have Conjure Hut yet.
Murder bot over here.
Well, I'll just take one because that makes sense. So I'll just take one.
But yeah, like I said, I can still give you the corruption and the boons. So you get more boons.
Do that tomorrow before the fight.
If that does happen, then I will do that.
All right. So, I'm going to look for an empty hut, and I'm going to go hopefully on the opposite side of the town from the Bloodfest in here. And then I'm going to go and try and sleep this nightmare out of my brain.
Okay.
As my 15 insanity total is already just on the edge of going loopy.
I will give them their rings of wakeful sleep that they can put around their tents or whatever.
All right, yeah, I'll cast that spell around my tent for sure. I'm done.
And then I'll go into rest mode.
Okay. So you guys can rest through the night if you want. You can mingle in the village if you want. You'll find that the people aren't very talkative. They basically ignore you for the most part and just kind of go about their business, which you're not really exactly sure what their business is. They seem to really just kind of walk around the village and occasionally talk to each other. They don't really seem to be doing anything productive. They're not hunting anything. They're not cooking anything. They're not making anything. They're not building anything. They're just kind of existing. And they seem to be okay with
it.
that.
Go out if they don't do any of that. What do they go out with the cart for every day?
To seek the ones who will destroy the Overgod.
Oh. So
And
what do
why
you
do
guys
we walk?
do
Why
after
do
we
we have to
destroy
ride
the
on the
Overgod?
You get out of one of them that once the Overgod is dead, they will be free to pursue their own interests.
Guys are freaking millennials. They're not going to be interested in anything.
They're gonna
By
want
the time
their
we
free
get
shit.
by the time freedom won't be cool anymore.
Right.
Craft beer.
Okay,
All
so
right.
there's really, just kind of to fast forward a little bit, there's really actually
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to do in the village other than annoy
All right.
the inhabitants. And when morning comes, you notice that the villagers basically come out of their huts almost like robots at the same time. They just kind of march out of their huts and they start walking around the village again, just kind of in a like pre-programmed fashion. So it's just kind of a weird sight. But if you would have bothered to count how many villagers there were, let's say one of you was bored and you counted how many villagers there were, including the ones that were slaughtered. The next morning you count them again and you notice that there is the exact same number of villagers this morning as there were yesterday, including the ones that were slaughtered, but they're all alive.
Interesting. What is that number?
There are about 50. There are 50 of them
50.
in total.
All right.
So
Seeing
basically
that, Barn Nora is kind of depressed because she could have killed a bunch of them in target practice and nothing would have changed.
I could have used that meteoric assault just to see how many I could kill before I ran out of attacks.
Yeah.
that kind of goes to explain why they didn't seem to be bothered by the slaughter of one of their own, because apparently they come back the following day anyway.
So they make new characters as fast as Mark does. Still can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
He is cussing you out in mute.
Cussing me out on mute. I see how it is. Yeah, your mic's not picking up, bud.
Nope.
Just
All right.
flip
All right.
them
So
off.
at some point you probably get bored and decide that there's not really much else to do here. So you start looking in the direction of where the elder said the Overgod was, and as you're looking in that direction, you can see that off in the distance there is an area that is beyond the hills that seems to be a massive canyon. And that is where the elder said that you will find the Overgod, which is about a day's travel. So
we definitely need to go early because I do not want fucking breakfast here.
You sure? Because they're already slaughtering one of their own and starting to put him over the fire.
There's Canyon first.
All right, you can come back probably in time for dinner.
All right.
Okay, so you start heading off towards the canyon. The trip is fairly uneventful. You don't see any more wildlife. You don't see hardly any vegetation other than more of those dried up bushes. You break the hills.
Herbs.
Yeah, you break the hills kind of late in the afternoon, and as you start getting towards the early evening hours, as the sun's dripping low in the sky, you find the edge of the canyon, and it doesn't take you long to find what they were referring to as the Overgod, as there is only one creature within sight of you, and that creature is distinctive.
I see it.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to. How many items can I make and hold spells in?
As many as you have spells to make, but then remember, you don't get those spells back until the items are used. But there's no
Or the
limit as
end
long
of the
as
day.
yeah, or end of the
They
day.
go
Yeah. End of the day are used, right? Yeah.
So basically, it's using my spells so somebody else can use them later.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So there's no real transfer of power. It's a transfer of power, not an increase in power, if that makes sense.
It does. I am going to store a few things, though, for you guys. I'm going to store a sanctuary spell. Of course, the power suit's been stored, so whoever wanted that will still have that. Oh, I need to roll on the... Well... Actually, I guess I'll just store the sanctuary for now.
okay.
So whoever wants the sanctuary. And then did my morning ritual of the harness magic and power suit, could I have done that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, let me roll on that harness magic.
Hey, Mark, do you want that sanctuary casting item? That way, if somebody gets up in your grill, you can cast it, you turn invisible, and then you stay invisible till you attack again?
Till you run away, like Sir Robin.
Yeah. Yeah. Carry that.
Oh, the other thing I'm going to... that can be another item.
Yeah, and that's actual invisibility, which you don't become visible. You basically just are invisible while attacking for a minute.
Sweet.
See, that's a first level, yes. No, that's a second level spell, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be a second, I think.
Okay, so when you guys get to the edge of the canyon, you see that massive stone, roughly humanoid shape construct is standing basically inert in the canyon, and he's actually standing in the canyon that is, and you see the different elevations I have marked there. So there are three different elevations. There's the top elevation, which is 0. Then there's the second elevation, which is 20 yards down. And then there's the third elevation, which is 30 yards down. He's standing at the bottom of the canyon, which is 30 yards down, and yet he is towering above you, or above the top of the canyon. So this creature is massive. There's also a tar pit that's over here in this area that is taking up a good chunk of the canyon floor. And those are really the only features that are worthy of note at this point. So, Blue, as soon as you reach the edge of the canyon where your miniatures or your tokens are located down here at the bottom left, the runes in your arm that are tattooed on your arm start glowing very brightly. And the runes that are engraved into this humanoid construct also begin to glow very brightly. And the construct begins to move at your presence. And a voice booms out across the canyon, kind of like that robot on top of the building in the Sprint commercial. Best deal ever, you know. The construct basically says, bearer of the word, you have come to join the word in my possession to yours. But in order to do so, you must destroy this shell.
No problem, bro. We got you.
And I must warn you, I am compelled to stop you.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you have to feel that way, but it's all good, man. Why don't you keep the invisibility one in case you need to also get out of the way? Or can you cast invisibility anyway? Great.
Who are you talking to?
Robert, do you want to use your invisibility thing, or can you cast it in addition to that?
I have 2 castings.
All right, so I'll carry you just because Steve could already turn invisible, and the vampire has a robot suit, and Mark has sanctuary. All right, so I've got invisibility item. Got it. All right. I know when I'm going. Boom.
All right, everybody else, get yourself on the board. The massive rune engraved creature, once it finishes talking to Blue, starts lumbering in your direction.
Lumber, 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 lumber.
All right, so is it 20 down and then another 30, or 20 down and then 10 more for a total of 30?
Yeah, it's the 0 elevation, and then the next elevation is 20 yards down from there, and then the next elevation is 30 yards down from the top level. So
another 10. Okay.
So this level here is 30 yards below the top level.
Okay. All right.
Okay, looks like we got T-Bob, Varnor, Vorvan, and Blue. We're missing somebody. Mark.
Sorry.
And we hear Mark.
Yeah, because I was trying to do push to talk and it didn't work.
All right, well, you found your voice. That's all that matters. Now you can sing freely.
Hello.
Or meow freely. All right. Awesome.
Someone mute Mark again?
Let's get ready to rumble. So we got...
Be ready for me doing everything on this first turn. All right?
Yep, so you're first. Go for it.
All right, so I'm going to cast Velocity, which I regain my ability to use an action this turn. This turn I can move and take an action.
Yep.
And I also give you 1 Bane on any attacks made against me, and I have 2 triggered actions per round. So then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this straight down, or is there a slope anywhere that I could aim for?
It is basically straight down. This is a very unforgiving canyon, so there's really no good places to climb down without climbing gear.
Sorry.
So that's 5. So then I slither off the edge right there.
Okay.
I assume I have some kind of. Is there any check or anything for dropping 20 yards?
Are you jumping or are you falling?
I'm just slithering right off of the edge. I'm not using a jump action, so.
So you're falling.
There you go.
All right. Well, let's see. Falling. That's not on my DM screen, is it?
Might be.
Yeah, falling.
Yeah,
There we
on
go.
the normal one it is.
I made it, so but I don't remember.
Falling a distance of 20 to 24 yards onto solid surface normally results in AD6 damage. Let's see. If you take damage from landing after a fall, you fall prone. Or you can fall onto other creatures or objects. Okay, so unless you're going to do something to stop your fall, then you're going
He's got a blanket.
I'm going to cast negate harm when I'm about to hit as a triggered action, and I take 0 damage.
Okay.
Damage to 0.
All right, so you land Iron Man style and take no damage.
I've got 2 more points of movement. 1, 2. And then I'm going to use my action to move again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I am done.
All right. Very cinematic, Blue.
Because I cast a spell this round, I have a boon until the end of next round on all attack rolls with weapons.
All right, you're going to have to remember that.
I got it written down.
Awesome. All right, next up is the slow turns. So, who wants to go next?
I can't follow that.
I guess I will. 1, 2, and then I'll fall down and I'll take the damage and go berserk.
Oh, man. It's pretty awesome when you can voluntarily take AD6 damage and shrug it off.
I can't. I only have 35 health. So
I have 53, but berserk gives me another 10. So
yeah, if he rolls 48 damage, I'm going to laugh.
No, not too bad. 22 points of damage. And you're now pretty bad at yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your that's your move. You still have an action, so what are you going to do with it?
Where's this guy at?
I look over and say, "Hey, nice of you to catch up."
Charge doubles your movement, right?
No, it's just a move and an attack.
Yeah.
Charge is not double.
It's a dash, I think. It's a dash.
Dash is the one that doubles your movement?
Yeah, dash.
Okay, that's the one I'm doing then.
Yeah, you just don't get the attack at the end.
That's fine.
Did you fall another 10 yards?
Yep.
Okay, another 10 yards is another 4d6 damage. You might be dead before you get to him.
Nope.
I know, you've got a plan. All right, 16 points of falling damage.
All right, so that goes. And then as a triggered action, I will just use a healing injector.
Jump off 2 cliffs and jam a needle in your arm. Way to go.
Nice.
It's what I do.
It's like you play for the NFL.
Better living through chemistry. All right. So that was Baranora's also equally cinematic entrance into the battle. So who's next?
That's just straight up rage.
Yeah, mine had all kind of movie flow and everything. You just started screaming and ran.
Yep.
All right. We have Zoro, T-Bot, or Vorvon. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. I'll just cast this.
I'm going to move a slightly different direction. I had a change of heart, but it's the same. I'm going to be going the same way. Going a little bit more of an angle. Not a huge difference.
Okay.
Now that I'm seeing how the cliffs are working a little bit better.
What, you don't want to just jump down?
No, I think I could go over to that little dick leg over there in the middle, and I can attack him from there. And if not, I can. If he misses you, I can teleport next to him as a triggered action anyway. So I don't have to jump the last 10 yards.
Okay, so Vorvon is casting Whispers of the Void. So you get lots of void whispers going through your head. So whatever that means. All right, so that would be your action. Are you moving? Looks like
Yeah, I moved a little bit.
you moved a little bit. Gotcha. All right, Vorvon's gone. Who's next? T-Bot or Zorro?
You first, sir.
No voice again.
You just got to hit the push to talk.
Hit the magic voice button. Oh, poor Mark.
I'm gonna send you a pair of headphones.
Excellent. I'll take them. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Ah, son of a bee sting. Okay.
Man, technology's rough, isn't it?
It is. Down in
Brand-
Mississippi, it
I got
surely
a brand
is.
new pair of iPhone earbuds sitting on my desk that I've never used, and I have a new iPhone that shows up tomorrow that has its own earbuds. So I have a brand new set I will send you.
Thanks. 2, 4,
Yeah.
5. This would be 5 here. And this thing is made of stone. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We won't know until we smack it.
All right, we're going to
But it
smack
looks like stone. Yeah. Do it.
All right.
Do it loud.
I got an axe. That's perfect for stone.
Oh, yeah.
Let's throw a fireball at him and see what happens.
Let's do that.
Can Dan pick my spots?
Well, you need a 10 by 10 square, so as long as it's somewhere in this region, you'll probably be okay.
Yeah, whatever Dan said is fine. So we'll do this. And good God, 11 points, seriously?
Only if he fails his agility roll.
Yeah, it could be 5.
That was the wrong spell.
Yeah, that's meteor, so don't use that one.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's supposed to be this one. Oh,
Not much better.
awesome, better.
That's a lot of ones.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Man, I thought I hacked your thing to roll only 4s and higher. Darn it.
Yeah, really?
Would have been nice.
All right, so Zorro, you launch your fireball spell, which explodes all around the golem. But the runes that are glowing on the golem seem to absorb some of that energy, making the fireball less effective than it normally is.
No problem.
Spell resistance, probably.
So it normally takes half damage anyway, and since you can't take half of half, I'm just going to forego the agility challenge roll and let him take half. So
7.
7 damage. So Zorro claims first blood.
Woohoo! And did you see where I've ended my move? That should have been tanked. I'm still
gotcha.
up top.
So did you jump up?
No, I'm not jumping anywhere down that thing. I'm staying up at the top.
Don't be scared.
I'm very scared.
Okay, T-Bot, you're the last one up this round.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run up to him. Wait for me, sir! And then I'm going to hold off for a moment and see what happens. So I don't think I'm going to do anything more this round.
Okay, so are you going to what's it called? Prepare? Is that a Is that a thing?
That's a thing.
Okay.
Prepare is a thing.
Or are you just
Right.
going to forego your action?
Well, there's none of my stuff is like I roll. None of it's rolling stuff, so I just forgo it. I mean,
Okay, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. And I'm allowed to go next since I'm last in the order here. And the golem, the creature, which is modeled after a golem. It's not exactly a golem, but okay. Anyway, it picks up this huge boulder and lobs it at, let's see, Barnor is closer, but Blue's got the trash talking. So let's see here. I'm going to D6 it.
And Zoro's got the first attack.
Oh yeah, Zoro got first attack. Okay, so 1 and 2 is Zoro. No, 1 and 2 is Barnora. 3 and 4 is Blue, and the rest is Zoro. 1. So Barnora gets it. He lobs a boulder down at Barnora.
Oh, wow.
And I presume a 30 hits your defense.
Barely, but it hit.
All right. Measly 8 points of damage as you escape the brunt of the boulder, but you still get clipped by a few rocks.
When I say barely, I mean barely. My defense is 21.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so that is the golem's turn for this round. He moves slow, so he's actually going to, he went slow, so he's going to move now, and he's going to get up to there. All right, that is it for round the first. Get yourself back up on the board, and Mr. Golem is going to go fast this turn. Slow. Got 2 slows, 2 fasts. Who are we missing? We are missing. Okay, everybody's up there now. So we have 3 slows and 2 fasts. Awesome. Blue or Baranora, who wants to do the first fast?
Go ahead, Bar.
All right. So I'm going to use a triggered action to use my magical item to grant me 2 boons. And then I'm going to charge. Oh, wow, that's nice. 19 plus 3 plus 3.
That's a hit.
All right. So by more than 5.
19 plus 3 plus 3 is 25 is no. That is not more than 5.
25. All right. And since he is the only monster, I'm not going to use my combat expertise to do extra damage. $22. 24.
All right, 24 damage, and you manage to chip his rocky exterior. But he's got an awful lot of rocky exterior to chip at, so you've got a lot of work ahead of you. And yeah, oh, well, okay, that's interesting. Okay, good to know. All right, so that is Barnora's fast turn.
All right,
Yep.
I'll go fast. I'm going to move.
Blue.
And then I'm going to do the thing where the dash as my action because I get to do both in a fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get to there. So yeah. Got one more. I'll go to there. All right. So yeah, I'll move to there. Move. I have 2 triggers. If things should come up, I'll worry about them then. Done.
All right. And now the
Actually,
golem's fast. Golem's fast turn.
Actually, I'm going to cast. I'm going
Sorry.
to use one triggered action to cast a spell,
Okay.
which is Steely Defense, which from weapons for a minute.
Okay.
And
Very good. All right. So the golem will now go on his fast turn, and he is going to pound on the annoyance at his foot with his double attack on his fist attack. So the first one on Baranora is a 32 to hit.
Wow.
Second one is, a measly 13. So first one hits for 14 damage.
I'm going to use a triggered action when he misses. Allows me to teleport next within 1 yard of the creature who missed with a weapon attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to teleport down over to this side of the guy down there.
Okay. Let's get rid of that. All right. Golem's turn is over. Now for the slow turns. Zorro, Vorvon, or T-Bot. Who wants to go?
I guess I'll go. So short range down down there into the crevasse, I guess. So I guess that's a max of 5 yards down is where I'm going to put the portal to summon a demon. God damn, that hurt. So medium demon appears down there 5 yards.
Within 5 yards of the golem?
No, 5 yards of me.
Oh, 5 yards
Straight
of you. Okay.
But it's straight down, so he's falling.
All right, I'm going to put him out here. I'm going to give you control of him, and you're going to put him where you want him to start falling.
Okay.
As far away from your teammates as possible.
Well, he's about to go help you. So.
I hope you control him.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your name again? Vorvon. There we are.
Yeah.
Only on Sundays.
Only on Sundays. All right, see if you can move him.
Sure can.
All right. Okay, so you have the demon appear basically in midair. It pops up, sees you for a moment, does a Wile E. Coyote look to the camera, and his body falls as his head is still at eye level, and then his head falls with him, and he drops 20 yards, taking 8d6 damage.
All right.
So...
Better him than me.
He really loves you now.
Good luck on the control roll.
23 damage to the demon as he lands with a crunch at the bottom of level 2.
Okay. God, I hope those small demons can survive this.
And on his turn, he goes immediately. And let's put him up on the board.
So I think a medium gets a talent. Let me see. Maybe he'll get wings.
That would be funny. He'll come back up and attack you.
Let's see. So it lands with a crunch. It gets back up and starts trying to scale the wall. And climbing is special movement. I think it's double movement to climb. And
It is.
a strength challenge roll, if I remember.
If it's required, yeah. If it's if there's something else going on, like he's being attacked or something like that, otherwise he can just climb.
Okay, so he can just climb. He's got what kind of movement as a demon?
He can teleport.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's a demon.
That is true.
Fuck yeah, he can teleport. So you know what? He starts to climb. He starts trying to climb for a second. He's like, wait a minute, I'm a fucking demon, and so he teleports right to
The
there.
game is named after me, motherfucker.
Right. He teleports right to there, and he wails on you, Vorvon.
Roll a die. Roll one die and see if we can teleport again.
Let's see here. Void step. Roll a d6. All right. It looks like he is able to teleport again. But in the meantime, he is going to attack you, Vorvon.
Okay.
Does a 13 hit you?
No.
All right. So he just he appears and he takes a wild swing at you, but it obviously misses. But now you have a demon in your face, and he's got a demonic talent.
Yeah, he got dread.
Dread.
Yeah, number 5.
All right. You know what that does off the top of your head?
Yeah, you can use an action or triggered action, but he's already used them. So he can't do it right now, but he can send a wave of terror in front of him. You make a will challenge. On a failure, gain insanity, and if you're already frightened, you become stunned.
All right, cool. I need to make a rollable table of these demonic talents. You never know when that'll come in handy.
Yeah, especially with me around, because I'm about to cast, but unfortunately I can't get mediums. They have to be smalls, and they don't get talents.
Yeah. Okay, so Vorvon, you got anything else up your sleeve this round?
No, that's it.
All right. So get rid of you, get rid of the demon, Zoro, and T-Bot. Who's next? Push to talk, Mark. Push to talk.
Or reboot your headphones again. I think the Discord is like disconnecting from his headset.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
You know, it's like when he doesn't use it for a certain amount of time, it just loses connection with his headset for whatever reason.
That is weird.
Sorry, can you hear
it
me
only
now?
happens in Mississippi.
Yeah, really. Can you hear me
So
now?
that means every
Yeah.
few minutes, just make a meowing sound. You're all right.
Yeah, do that. Do that.
Keep that thing active.
Yeah, see who else is going to attack your ass. Keep that up.
Robert, do you want to go next or shall I?
You can go ahead.
All right.
He's following your lead, so you got to go.
Is the construct within medium range of me now, or still long range?
Oh, well, let's use that handy-dandy range ruler.
It is within medium range. It is 14 squares away.
All right.
Base 12 to the edge.
All right. I'm going to shoot with my new 6-shooter at him.
Do
Right.
it.
Ah. I bet that hits.
Actually, it glances off of his rocky shell without penetrating.
Wow.
You just barely missed him.
No penetration.
And I'm going to
He
also
gets that a lot.
cast spell with spell fighting. Let's do
That's weird. I thought I set up your 6-shooter to ask you if you wanted to do that.
I'm using potent spell casting, by the way,
Okay.
which will give me a boon to attack and a boon to it's not supposed to be meteor. It's supposed to be immolate. Sorry.
Are you using my shortcut menu I made you, or your other buttons?
Oreo.
Hmm?
I said Oreo.
Like on the top, if you click on your guy, there should be a little button next to
Oh
initiative.
yeah. No, I'm not. I'm sorry.
You crackhead.
Okay, so before you do that, though, the golem does have spell defense, so he does take half damage from spells, but he also imposes 1 bane on your attack rolls. So the boon that you were granted is negated by his bane.
Okay. He still gets a bane from me though, doesn't he?
You don't give a bane unless he's making a resistance roll. You get a boon when you're attacking.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I'm assuming the 11 agility doesn't hit him, right?
Versus
3
his
from
agility?
that.
Yeah.
His agility sucks ass, so yeah, you hit him.
But it's not an 11, it's an 8, I think.
An 8 does miss.
Because if you look, 2 of those a 1 and a 4 are the boons, and so if you lose one of your boons because he has spell defense, then you would only get the 1, not the 4. So that would be an 11 minus 3 is 8.
All right.
Sorry.
No, I don't care, man. Whatever.
Yeah, I think that's right.
You're going to have to tank him, whatever.
I'm already look where I am, man.
No, I know. I'm saying you're going to have to tank him if I can't hit him.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, friend. You're not getting a Christmas card this year. Fuck you. All right,
No,
so...
All right, T-Bot, that's me.
All right, T-Bot. Conjure large.
I send out my nanobots to form a giant monster or a large monster to attack the thing.
Awesome. All right, where do you... well, let me put him out here. I'll give you control of him. And oh, well, shit. What's that?
That's not a large monster.
It's Bernie.
That's not a monster.
It is a robotic.
All right, I'm going to put a monster out there, give you control of him, and then you can put him wherever you need to put him. Come on, just random monster. Roll 20, that's all I asked for. All right, I'm just going to throw this guy.
I know you got a monster somewhere.
He can be remade.
All right, so this is a large monster, so he takes up 2x2 area. And let's give him to T-Bot. T-Bot, there you are. Let me give him an aura so we know he's friendly. Now, this monster is in your control, right? Or he's compelled?
Yes.
He's not another combatant like the demon?
Like it's wearing kiss makeup.
No, he's not. He is one compelled large monster.
Gotcha.
Yeah, his cum compelled, mine don't.
Yeah, you're going to have to work on that, Vorpon.
Well, it just takes some more time.
And he gets a free attack when he's created, right?
Well, of course he does.
Yeah. Actually, all compelled creatures have to attack in the fast phase, so he can't attack this turn. He has to attack next because you went in the slow.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. But you can put him, your range will you can put him adjacent to the monster if you want to. You've got plenty of space. I believe your range 13 squares to his nutsack there, so. And you've got 20, so yeah, you could get him. That way he doesn't have to move. It doesn't have to move or whatever.
You can place the monster in medium range? Oh, nice.
He can.
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't drop his off of cliffs either.
Well, you got to teach him who's boss.
So, Robert, the large monster template or the large monster character sheet should be in your journal.
And remember, you should be able to roll those attacks right off of that sheet.
Okay, cool. And keep track of it. Oh, no.
All right, so unless T-Bot's got anything else up his metal sleeve, let's get a new initiative order going.
Did T-Bot and I see him, the constructs, throw a big rock?
Yes.
All right, we shouldn't probably stand this close together, man.
He's in the middle of combat. He's not going to have that issue now.
Okay. I want it noted that I asked him to move.
Noted. Duly
We'll put it on
noted.
a tombstone.
2 tombstones. Asked to move, didn't listen.
All right, so we have lots of fast going. So
All right.
anybody but Zorro, who wants to go first?
I've got it because I got some more fun stuff this turn. All right, let me put a little mark next to that and that. All right, so I am going to invoke the cosmic egg.
You're always
Trigger
fondling your
action.
egg.
I fondle my egg once again. So for one more minute, the bad guys now have 2 Banes to attack me instead of 1. And and I get to see all kinds of invisible bullshit. All right. I am then going to attack. Yes, I'm going to attack using Mighty Attack against the big guy. I'm going to do that with my Venomous Bite, but I'm going to jack that up with all kinds of fun little moments of clarity to rub some insanity into the party here. All right. So then let's attack this guy. Where did that go? Venomous Bite on the big guy. A 25 defense.
That hits.
All right, that is going to be for 7 damage. Is he a living creature? Or a construct?
He is a construct.
All right, so then he's not living. All right, so I don't think it would make sense for him to... Well, he's immune to poison then, right?
He is immune to poison.
Yeah, he'd be immune.
All right, so then you can ignore that. So I cast a spell that allowed me to attack. All right, and so then when I attack, I get to use spell fighting. Whenever I attack, I can immediately cast a spell, and I will mighty attack him with that spell. And this time we'll use the Reen Claw for a 29 for 9 damage.
Okay.
And let me check off 2 mighty attacks. 1, 2, and add in a... I think that's all I got. It's not too much for the fast phase, is it?
Not too much. It was pretty good.
I don't hit hard, but I hit often. 0 rounds on Cosmic Egg. All right, good to go.
All right, well done, Blue. Who wants to go next? Vorvon, T-Bot, or Baranora? You're chipping away at this guy's shell, but he is a big dude. Lots of shell left.
Don't think the monster hit.
Okay.
No, what did you roll? You rolled a 3, that's why. Okay. So I say, shit, large monster should be pretty accurate.
Yeah, that's sadly insufficient to even get close to penetrating his shell.
And then, since my cohort is concerned about his protectiveness, I will cast that.
All right. So you got a protective force field around you now, Zorro.
Woohoo!
Actually, both of us. I think I can get both of us in it.
All right,
Yeah,
just
3 yard radius, so 3 squares.
Just
All right.
just remember, it stops everything but ranged attacks.
So that made me wonder about that, seriously.
I'm
Well,
serious.
when he comes over to punch you, you're in good shape.
It stops
Nice.
all melee weapons and it stops people coming in and out, but they can throw rocks at your ass still.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I've got a
hilarious.
protection guy. I've got a guy with almost like your exact spell book on Rob's game. I mean, it's everything you cast. I'm like, yeah, I got that one. I got that one.
So
But Mark doesn't know that. He thinks Zorro
No, Mark
thinks
thinks you're protected.
Yeah, now he has a false sense of
He
security.
sees a shimmering force field all around him.
I can hear you.
We know. It wouldn't be as funny if you couldn't hear us.
Oh, okay. There you go.
All right. So, well,
Yeah,
at least
so they talk
it
behind your back.
at least it looks good. You got a little force field around you, and if you want to make it opaque and have a little privacy back there, that's fine too.
Look, there isn't just that giant monster there. There's also that stupid old demon that's on the same level as us.
That's
Very,
true.
very
That's
true. As
Yeah.
soon as it eats the guy who summoned it, it might come for you. And
That would be a better idea to have your field facing him and not the big road.
True. I forgot to put the demon up there, so let me get him up there now. He's gonna go fast.
If I trapped him, you couldn't mesmerize him.
Yeah, no. I can take control of him now. I just can't do it in the same damn turn.
Okay, so that was T-Bot. Vorvon or Baranora, who wants to do the next thing?
There's a 27, I'm sure hits it, right?
Yes, and more than five.
All right, it's got to make a strength challenge roll. Don't know. Probably pass that.
Well, he's got a pretty good strength, so odds are good, but you never know. Let's see what happens.
I think I saw +8 when he was attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just barely made it.
Well, yeah, he rolled exactly what he needed to make it. All right, so what happens?
Well, he doesn't fall prone, but he takes 27 damage.
That's good, because I would probably have had to try to make him fall on you.
Seems fair to me.
How much damage?
27.
27. That'll do, Donkey. That'll do.
And trigger action, I go invisible.
Okay. Awesome. Baranora disappears, so his main target is gone. So that means he's going to have to choose somebody else to pick on. So that's Barnora's turn. Vorvon or Vorvon's demon gets to go next. I assume Vorvon wants to go first, so he can take over.
he's-
as
That's what I
the
was
demon.
about ready to say.
Well, he ain't considered part of us yet, so he's a monk at the moment. So he'd go after players. But, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try to compel. Here we go. I get 1 boon for praying. I get 1 boon because I did a corrupt act. And I get 1 boon because I'm a cleric and I'm using a holy. So the 16 will.
Demon. Come here. That's a will challenge roll. Holy
Yeah.
crap. Demon's got pretty damn good will.
Yeah, they don't like being charmed.
Damn. All right. Well, let's see what happens. Here we go. Is
Oh,
is
did
there
I
a-
miss it?
is
Did
there
I
a
miss
bane?
it?
Sorry?
Now it's his 16 versus Will. He attacked the demon.
Yeah, what is the demon's will?
The demon's will is 17.
It is 17. Okay,
Yeah.
well then I have
I'm
to
gonna
pop
ex-
one of my whispers then.
Yeah, whisper, man, whisper.
And so I have to use a whisper, which makes fail. This is why we have the spell, I'm sure. Makes failed attack rolls and challenge rolls into success. So I
Yeah.
use it on him, so he'll be compelled.
Okay. That's a good thing. Too bad you have to build up to that, but that is coming. That is paying off now. So the fail turns into a success, and you have a demon, a little demon bitch to command or do whatever
Yeah.
you want him to do. What is your bidding, my master?
There you go, teleport and attack the beast, the big rocky guy.
As you wish. And I assume you're done, Vorvon, since you're going fast.
Yeah, that's
And it goes next, so it will leap off of the cliff and take 86 damage again.
Well, no, it's teleporting. It's teleporting.
Ah. In that case, boo, whoop. He appears right next to Blue and starts. He looks
Are you
over.
guys fucking send it in here, man?
He looks at
They're there
Blue
to
and he
help you.
goes. He looks at Blue and he goes, "What's up?"
I look back at you guys like, what in the fuck are you doing?
Oh, it's about with probably me and T-Bot. It's about to get a whole lot worse.
Now here's the question of the hour. We have a demon on the battlefield who is compelled, but he's still a horrifying monster. So does he still have a horrifying effect
Yep.
against?
Yeah, it doesn't matter if he's your buddy or not. He's still horrifying.
There you
But
go.
don't you? I thought it was if you face him or not.
Is it opposed? I don't know. I won't. Well, we should
Let me
probably
look.
double check.
I think you just have to be in the area. If you're not a horrifying creature themselves, you've
Yeah,
got
I think
to.
that's all it says is you got to have the trait.
Yeah. So let's get will challenge rolls from everybody down there that can see him.
Now I'm
Oh,
frightened, so I still got to roll, or
Yeah, because it's not frightened. It's you could still get. I mean, you could still get. No, horrifying. The only negative effect is frightened, so it's irrelevant if you fail.
yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm saying. It like, really doesn't make sense for me to roll.
All right, I'm going to use a moment of
Well,
clarity.
actually,
with this.
hold on. Actually, on a failure, the creature gains 1 insanity.
Okay, so yeah, you do have to
also,
roll then.
So
All right.
you have to roll.
Yeah, it is when you first. Yeah, when you see it, you have to roll. So everyone has to roll because we all saw it.
Yeah, got a
And
14,
I am going to
13.
also burn a rank 0 spell to gain an additional boon from whatever that other thing is. So I have 2 boons on this one.
Does the peanut gallery have to roll since it was over this way for a little while?
Yep.
What do we roll?
Will.
Will roll.
Okay. All right, wait a minute. I can do this correctly. He made me think.
All right, fuck y'all at a 22. I don't give a crap about this guy.
Yeah, you look back at him and say, "Sup with you?"
And he's a demon, so he can see people invisible, huh?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Hey, by the
So
way,
he
so
sees
can
me
I.
right next to him.
Don't worry.
I can
he's
see
from-
invisible.
me and R2 bag, we're fine over here.
Another
R2D bag.
Another fun fact of demons is that they have a demonic shadow. So 1 yard around him is shadowy, making it a little bit hard for others to see in that area. So let me put this out there to denote that.
Huh, I laugh at that darkness.
Okay. You may, but I don't know if Blue does. All right, so okay,
Actually, Cosmic Egg gives me basically. Let me bring up Cosmic Egg again to see if I can see in the dark. I know I can see invisible. Cosmic Egg. Yeah. Let's me. I can recognize illusions and see invisible objects. Says nothing about darkness. All right, good to know.
all right, lights go out
So-
around Blue, and the
Were they ever on?
No.
'Cause I know they're not with Paranora.
So John, you can have the demon attack now that he appeared.
Yeah.
Oh wait. He does he teleport on a triggered action? Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
he still has his action.
Let me get there.
I gave you
It's
the
only
control
one
of the sheet, right?
I believe so. I hit it. Did it come up?
Oh, sorry, didn't see that. Yeah, that hits.
It's only 1 insanity from the failing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because 2 I would have gone nuts.
Well, wait, hold on. I think it's D3 actually.
Okay. Yeah, your demon wails into the golem and takes some chunks out of it, but again, big guy, so lots more there. So that's the
Even
demon's
if it's a
turn.
D3, I rolled a 1. So
Okay. No, it's D3 if you already are frightened.
Yeah, if you're
Okay.
already frightened. Okay, so now it's the golem's turn. So many options. 1, 2, 3, 4 guy. Well, 3 because
You
Barnora
can't see me. I'm
is.
in the dark.
Yeah, you can't see. You can't really see the demon, so I guess he's going to go after the monster. All right, so wailing on the large monster with his big rocky fists. First attack and second attack. Both, I believe, hit the monster
Yep.
for 43 damage total.
It's still up.
Wow.
That's all I can say. It's still up.
Awesome. And that's the golem's turn. Now it is the slow turns. Zorro, you're up.
All right. Can you all hear me? First of all.
Yep.
Meow.
Okay. All right.
And right now.
What we're gonna do is
Stop
we are
laughing
going
right now.
right meow. All right. We are gonna.
That's funny because I'm wearing the shirt.
All right. So I'm shooting the gun at this point.
Sure.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's a waste. And I am using spell fighting, and I'm going to use this. And so my potent spell cast gets negated because he's got spell resistance, so I just run this with a 0, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Ha! Take that in his face.
Okay. Let's see here. Target's agility is, yeah, you hit. So, not an issue there. So you did 2 damage to him. He takes half damage, so you did 1 damage.
Now, what's that bit there about attack roll being 20? Was that a 20 that I rolled, or no, that wasn't?
It's 20, and it has to beat him by 5. So,
Uh,
Yeah.
so I think you did a 26 or 27 total.
okay. Let's see.
Well,
Make a
actually, he
roll.
was attacking his agility. His agility is.
Oh
is-
yeah,
His agility's 9, so he beat that
Yeah.
way by 5.
you get the extra damage.
Get that extra point, baby.
So I roll another d6, correct?
No, it's already included. It says 2 extra damage.
Oh, okay.
I made it so it auto rolls for you.
Oh, nice. Thanks. I don't have to do anything else.
No, I keep it easy, man.
I appreciate that, brother. You know how much trouble I have.
I understand.
All
I'm
right.
lucky I'm being here.
So nobody said that this was a smart golem, so it is going to use its end of round action to do an unstoppable advance, which means he's going to move his speed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so he moves out of your space, which means that you guys get the 4 that are on his rear flank get a free attack.
Don't you have to use a triggered action to do
If
the
you
attack?
have it, yes. If you have a triggered action left.
I don't.
I do. Give me a second, though.
The demon doesn't because he teleported over there, right?
I get 2 per round, so I've still got 1 floating.
I think your monster does, Rob.
Hey, monster hit.
Now it hits.
Nice hit.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and why not? We're going to try an avalanche strike. So up to 3 creatures and within 1 yard of me, I'll just target him, even though I should target the demon and the monster. He must get a challenge on an agility challenge roll with 2 banes or fall prone. And then I get to attack him. So I'm attempting to knock this asshole down as he runs past me.
Okay.
That's very nice of you.
Thank you.
That Blue's a swell guy, isn't he?
He makes great boots.
Okay, so I need to do a what
Put
challenge
my
roll?
boot up that ass.
I have
Agility with 2 banes.
They're nice.
He's so gonna fail this.
Not practical in the summertime in
That was my
Arizona,
hope.
but they're nice.
Shouldn't.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. All right. So he hits the dirt. He's prone.
Ba-boom! Okay, 50-50
And
chance he
then-
falls backwards.
Oh, come
right.
on.
It doesn't matter. You're out of his space anyway. So, all right. So
And then I'm gonna.
he's prone.
All right. So then I'm gonna Ring Claw attack, but I'm in the shadows and can't see, so that should be 2 banes.
So how far did he get before he fell? Because it would have happened right as he went past Blue. So he could still fall on us.
Yeah, he
Way
would
to
have been in
point
my
that
range technically.
Yeah,
He
so
would've
he
had to
wouldn't
have
have
been in
got
my
that far.
Well, you don't get your free attack until he moves out of
Leaves
move out of
it.
his threatened
Yeah,
space.
that's true. Until he's out of
So
threat.
it's probably here is the square he would be leaving. So he probably fell somewhere around here.
Well, no, you have
It's
to
not
get
much
out of
difference.
you have to get out of his threat range. So what reach does he have?
My threat range is only 1.
Yeah, it'd have to be out of the attacker's threat range.
Yeah, it's out of my threat range, and mine's only
Oh,
1. I
that's
don't have
right.
reach.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
But, so he's probably that pretty close. There you go. It's probably 1 further away and then would fall.
Yeah, so he could technically still fall on us
Probably there. Yeah.
if the DM wanted to do it.
Yeah, DM wants to
And
do it.
I
What are you
missed with
kidding?
my attack. And I missed with my attack.
All right. All right. So 50-50 chance. Forward is 1 to 3. Backwards is the other half. The other half. So he falls backwards. Oh, this is awesome. So I am going to. I'm just going to roll straight up D20. And
Do we get to make agility challenge rolls to try to move?
Actually, that's better. That's better. Let's have you do agility challenge rolls, or else he'll land on you.
All right. I'm going to burn a rank 0 spell to get 1 boon, and I'm going to use a moment of clarity for hopefully another one. So that is 2 boons.
I passed it easily. I got good agility.
Run demons
Agility.
quick.
I don't.
I can give the demon corruption if he wants a couple boons.
I'm going to use my fortune for the night and make my 5 into a success.
Cool. Meow. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, we lost him.
He forgot to meow in time. Damn it. All right. So I assume everybody succeeded. Did anybody fail? Travel bots monster failed.
Nobody fell. Oh,
Monster failed.
All right. So how much would a big golem that takes up 6 squares or more than that, 10 squares, whatever that is?
well, I think the mountain giant is 66.
Yeah, and it's pretty damn close to that size.
Do you know how much falling damage it does off the top of your head?
I think it's
66.
6 dice.
Man, I'd have done more than that, but okay. All right. Monster takes 21 damage.
That's still quite respectable.
Yeah, it breaks away in a big flood of nanobots just falling to pieces, kind of like dust in the wind.
Poor nanobots.
Oh, poor,
Oh, we
poor
are.
guy.
Barely knew thee.
All right. So I forget. Did Zora go? No, because
don't
my
know.
guy was still. Yeah, that was the end of turn. My guy moved on the end of turn.
Yeah, it's over now.
All right, new turn.
Well, let's see here. I think that rhymes with fast.
Yeah, if he's on the ground.
Let's get this party started.
I guess that technically gives you guys a boon to hit him since he's prone.
Yeah.
Yep. Range attacks have a bane.
Yeah, range
Melee
is
have a boon.
melee is right about.
All right, check off a round on all of those spells.
And Nell, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
The item, it didn't say anything about losing invisibility when I do an action. So do I
No,
still have
no.
it for 1 minute or?
Yeah, regular invisibility you just have until it runs out.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just
Yeah, no, yeah.
per the spell.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the actual
Yeah, the spell defaults to not going away. Certain things tell you that it goes away, but the spell.
All right. Because it's a magic
Okay.
item, so I figure I'd ask.
He can still try to attack you, though. There is a method to attack an invisible creature if he really wants to try.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry about that. My Discord froze.
no problem. Your appearance has made Dan disappear, though.
Uh-oh.
Push Dan away.
All right, get yourself back up on the board there, Zorro.
I'm back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Golem's going slow. Looks like everybody else is going fast. So proceed at will.
All right. I will make an attack using. How much do I get? I get 3. I use 2, so I'll make a mighty attack. Using Green Claw, using Moment of Clarity for an extra crazy insanity boon. That guy, I get 1, 2, 3 boons from all the bullshit. 12.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Spell because I just attacked with a weapon. And so I am going to soul. Got a bite to do that. 2. Now that's a mess. All right, that's all I got.
All right. And your video's not working. I don't know if you know that.
I'll get it in here in a second. Sorry about that. I got disconnected, obviously.
All right. All right. Okay. Good job, Blue. And who's next?
28 on him. So I'm sure that hits.
Oh, yeah.
He's already prone, so he doesn't got to make a strength save. And he takes 24 damage.
He could make a strength save, and that stands him back up.
I don't think that's how that works.
How much damage?
24.
24. Oh, math foo. Okay. I think that equals that much. Okay. Awesome. You crack a big, you make a big crack in his shell, which starts bleeding out rays of blue magic. And he's injured at this point. So well done, Barnora. Who's next? T-Bot or Vorvon or Demon? Where's Demon? Here, Demon.
I'll do the demon.
Okay, do the demon.
No. Go ahead. Whatever you want.
No. Good, it's fine.
I guess I'll do the demon. All right.
I like it.
Oh, sadness. That's not good. That's not enough to hit.
Now is the big guy frightening or horrifying?
No.
No, just the demon.
Just your friends you keep bringing in.
Oh shit! He's gonna do his area effects attack.
Vorvon is socially inept, so he has to make friends with demons. Who's
I can
next?
see that.
T-Bot or Vorvon or Zorro? Or no?
It's still going. It's gonna launch its dread attack against him. So it's gonna make a will attack on him and try to make him scared.
All right. Will attack. That is sufficient to hit his will. However, his immunities include all afflictions.
No, all of them.
Nice.
And actually, looking at this now, it says Banes as well. So he's actually immune to Banes. I just noticed that.
Ah.
That's straight out of the Golem. I did not put that in there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All right.
All right. So there you go. Next up.
I cast Conjure Small Monster, so I need a small monster.
Small monster. Let's see here. All right, we'll put this guy out. He's not small, but he's a monster. All right, roll 20, starting to act funky. What? At 10 o'clock, does it just start screwing up, or what?
Yeah, it's like you go home now.
Well, it's 8 o'clock on the.
You've been here 4 hours.
So all the California people are.
You no pay, you get go.
All right, Rob, I will give you control of this guy as soon as roll 20 decides that I'm worthy.
Also, I need another demon. I need another demon as well.
Oh no, you're not.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna use my fortune to make him a medium demon.
Medium? All right.
Yep.
Nice.
Because you can use fortune to make any D6 roll a 6.
Did you want to come over to our force field first?
I don't know. He can attack me. I'm in the mighty morphin suit, so I'm not.
Yeah, you got 100 extra health. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he can attack me all he wants. This is my hazmat suit against demons.
All right, Robert, you should have him. You should have him under your control now, so you can move him at will. Let me get a demon out there.
And this time I'll be nice and I'll just put him right next to me and try to say, I'm your friend.
Why don't you just put him by the giant monster?
He's got
Short
short
range. I don't have it. You're medium range ability. I wish I did.
Okay, and as soon as I give control of this one to Vorvon, you'll be able to move him where you want. Come on. Yeah, it's just slowing to a crawl here. I think D20 is about to drop, or roll 20 is about to drop on us. Okay, so, all right, demon is out there. Do either of those get to go now?
Well, the one I just summoned can do whatever he wants, so it's your choice.
Where do you want to put him?
He's right next to me.
All right, we'll stick him right there, and he's going to wail.
Okay.
That's nice. He's just going to scream at you.
Come on, man. All right. Let me go ahead and do the attack here real quick.
That's why you guys should use real dice. It's quicker than roll 20.
It is. All right. Demon wails and does impressive damage.
You sure did. And he's invisible. I can't see him. I'll roll for it.
Unfortunately, he is a horrifying creature.
Well, you only have to make one check if it's the same type of creature.
Ah, okay.
And it's just another of the same thing.
Uh-huh. All right, so that is that's it for the demon. Vorvon, have you actually gone? Yeah, you cast Call Lesser Demons.
Yeah, I summoned them.
You're done. T-Bot, you're up. Or you summoned the
Yeah, you summoned the other monster.
I summoned the small monster, but I can't find his stats, so I'm looking for him.
monster.
Just use the same as the large. We're all right.
Yeah, he can shrink him down to one square.
I'm just going to have to put the monsters in your guys' journals so that we don't have to keep repeating this.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, these guys going to keep summoning this stuff. Might as well.
Yeah. So
And James just
monsters and demons,
James-
right?
Yep.
Yep. Actually, this one is infested with tiny animals, so you need a swarm of tiny animals.
That's okay. We'll go with what's out there.
Sorry.
Damn it, Nell! I want everything on this board.
I know. Well, Dan can build a better macro. Until then, you get what you get. So you got in your journal now.
God damn it.
Well, I may need medium eventually, but it's a small monster.
Oh, okay. See how you are?
Hey, I can use a medium if you want me to. That's fine.
See how you are? Come on. Roll 20. Come on. Cooperate. Okay, so while I'm doing this, who's next? T-Bot? Then we go to slow. So, Zorro, you're the slow guy. You could probably go ahead and go while I'm giving T-Bot control of the...
That's fine. And you're
Monster
right, I
here.
am slow.
Yes.
All right, T-Bot should be in your journal now.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt to shoot the monster again
Okay.
with shooter.
Yep.
That won't work, will it?
Nope.
Yes, I am using spell fighting, and we are going to run that also.
All right. And he will take 3 damage, and you get an additional D6 in there. Is that already... Or is
That's all he's doing. He should be correct with just what he shows.
Okay. So 3 damage. Got it.
And I'm down to 3 bullets left out of 6.
Ruh-roh.
So I'm counting.
Till he's got to reload.
Yeah, you can do a triggered action to reload all 6. So.
There you go. All right. Robert. Did your monster go? He did. With an 11. Sorry, that is insufficient. So we will go to the golem's turn now. And he is laying on his ass. So he is just going to stand up as his move. And then he's going to wail on somebody. And he is going to wail on the dude that tripped him. That's Blue. So, Blue, you get to enjoy 2 fists. First one.
All right.
Fisticuffs.
And second one.
Do you still have those Banes protection, or are those done?
I do, but I have 2 Banes, but he's immune to Bane, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. That was a waste of a spell.
Yeah, what do you do?
That is funny. I have never noticed any monster that's immune to Banes. This is
Yeah,
the
that's
first time
awesome,
I've had-
actually.
I've never seen.
Yeah, me either.
I can't wait to add one to my next game. I mean,
Yeah, no kidding. I'm using that.
all right, so the 26 hits, the 16 does not. And a fist is a melee weapon, so I'm taking half damage due to steely defense, so I will take 9.
Sounds good.
And where did you find golems? Where did you find them?
That's in the core rulebook. But there's also a False Lives supplement that has...
Yeah, the false lives have them,
golems.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, new round. Actually, no, the golem's going to move again. At the end of round, he is going to advance another another 8. So get your attacks in while you can. Let's see. Come on. Come on. All right. That was a mistake. All right, so I'm just going to have to count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right,
Ooh,
he
that's
can
a
move
hero.
up to here. Unless somebody trips his ass again.
No, not this time.
Yeah, not me
attack,
either.
I'll just attack him. And let's see here.
I rolled all ones on my damage, so he takes 13.
That's terrible.
Strike the soul. I use 1. I've got 3.
I
No,
hit my
18's a
damage.
miss, isn't it?
Yes,
the
yes.
magic number is 21, I think.
21 is what you
That
need.
was with 6 boons, just as a side note.
Holy shit.
That particular attack, I have a total of 4 anyway, and then I have 2 from things I've got going on right now.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it, bot.
I did 13 damage to him.
Yeah, got the 13. Anybody else do anything?
The demon hit him maybe at a 21 and
Yep.
did 6. He did 6.
All right. Got that. All right, new round. Golem is going to go fast this time.
I want to go fast, Ricky Bobby.
Shake and bake.
Shake it before you bake it.
Oh, little baby
I love
Jesus.
that movie.
Little baby Jesus.
Little
Good one.
little 6 pound 9 ounce
Baby Jesus.
infant newborn day old baby Jesus.
As he gives the evil eye to Grandpa. All right. Oh, fast. Fast. I guess I'm going to move since this a-hole keeps moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Velocity lets me attack and move in the fast.
How
So
tall
then
is this thing? Is it like where it can smash us in the face, or does it have to climb?
Oh yeah, you can hit it.
No,
He's
I mean,
quite tall.
can he swing at us? My
Oh
question.
yeah.
He can, but you've got a protective force field, so you're good.
Wait a minute. Put that thing up there again, Robert, if you will.
Let's see, what am I going to attack with? Augmented attack, yeah. All right, I'm going to attack with an augmented attack. I'm going to get some extra boons because I'm crazy.
So he can't hit us at all?
Not if that field's in front of between you and him.
20 defense. Suck it, I missed again.
Just barely.
All right, but I did make an attack, so I get to cast a spell. That spell is going to be augmented attack, which lets me attack. And it's going to be a Reen Claw again against this guy. This time nothing extra. 29, there we go, 4 damage and like it.
Awesome.
Man, I burned through spells doing this combo.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 spells already
Wow. You've
in
got
the combat.
You've got a complicated character.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see here. Blue's gone. Who's next?
Just by comparison, I've cast 5 spells.
Yeah.
But
I've got 0 spells.
Well, you know, getting those extra actions, that helps.
Now this force field goes out how many boxes from TravelBot?
3 from T-Bot.
Actually, I get to choose in a reach or something, so I put it in between both of us.
All right, so
My question is, if I moved my guy here, would I still be in it?
if he put it here, because it's an intersection, 1, 2, 3, yes, you are on the edge of it right there.
But I'd be still covered by it, correct?
Yeah,
Or is it better if I'm here?
it's the same.
Well, I'll go here. But I can't shoot out of the thing. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can.
You can. Yes, you can shoot.
Yeah,
it.
range is what goes through it. Melee does not.
Yeah, you can put a bunch of archers in this thing, and guys can't run up and hit you in the face.
I like this a lot.
But they can throw rocks at you.
Yeah.
They can throw rocks at you.
All right. Well, then If I move, though, I can't do anything else because I went fast, correct?
That would be worse.
Correct, because you did not cast velocity first.
Unless
But I can use a triggered action, correct?
that is correct.
Yes, you can.
I'm going to reload the 6-shooter. And that's
All right,
my
move and reload.
Yep.
You could charge him.
I don't have a credit card.
With a pistol. Yeah.
I don't have a credit card.
Okay. All right. So that was who was that? Oh, let me put this down here. That was Zorro.
Yep.
All right. We got some more fast in there. Who's going next?
Go ahead, Vorvon.
Want me to do it? All right. I'll try to compel the other one. Got that one.
All
Now
right,
you have
that-
2 demons
that
as your
hits.
bitches.
Yep.
Compel does have a 1-minute duration, guys, so we really need to hurry up.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
let
going
me
to tell him.
Let me put demon number 2 out.
Oh, no, he's right next to me. Okay.
Where's demon number 1? Oh, he's still down there. All right. Sorry, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell him to teleport down there and attack.
Demon number 1 isn't up on the board. That's what's confusing me.
No, I see him. Oh, he's not on the tracker now.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
There he is. Okay. So has demon number 1 gone yet? Probably not.
Nope, that's them going. That's them going now.
All right. That's a hit for 11.
He teleported, but he's okay. He can teleport again.
All right. Roll 20. I'm loving you tonight. Got it. Okay, so the demon does some more damage to the golem. And he disappears off the turn order. And Vorvon, you did your compel, so you're done. Barnora, have you gone yet?
No. I got a 22 to hit him, and I did 26 damage.
26. Barnora has done quite a bit of damage to this thing. Another
That's what I'm here
26. 26. Uh-huh. All right. This thing has cracks all over it with magic bleeding out of it left and right, but it's still standing. Looks like another hit like that will probably cause it to crumble. So it is on its last legs. T-Bot, you got your monster to attack?
Mm-mm.
I haven't had them attack yet. I will now, but
He will now, yeah.
I guarantee you it's not going to be the ender.
You can do it. We believe in you.
Do we?
Nope.
Do we really? I don't think we do.
You complete us.
You had me at Dewey.
Hey, look at that. That came close.
No, that's respectable. That would have hit any normal monster.
Yeah. He felt the breeze.
All right, so that was T-Bot's dude. Now it's my golem's turn.
No, it's me now. I get to go.
Sorry.
I'm going to do this is really an off chance, but it's really about the fun if it actually works.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Who cares if you die as long as you're having fun?
I agree. Let's do it. I want to see the fun.
Yeah, I have a
There you
request
go.
for that, Steve.
It did not work, so he doesn't fall down again and crush everyone.
That would have been awesome if you had knocked him down with a wrench.
You don't have any boons or banes
Fortune.
with your rolls?
Fortune.
Well, you can burn your fortune.
Why not? I'll burn my fortune just because.
Do it.
World is a campfire.
All right.
Despite all my rage. All right, so you turn it into a success, and what happens? He takes a D6, so he takes 5 damage, and he falls prone. So just like before, only better. D6, he falls forward, or 1 to 3, he falls forward, and the rest he falls back. So here we go. All right, the rest he falls back. And
It looks like me, I think.
agility challenge rolls, please, gentlemen.
Fortunes.
I am going to
I'm to the side of
sack
him,
a
so I'm
rank
all
0
right.
spell for a boon. And moment of clarity because I'm going to go insane anyway for another boon. It's agility with 2.
I guess
13. Happy me.
so our guys on the side are okay. It was only blue that was going to get fallen on.
I don't
No,
know if I'm safe.
anybody in his rear flank, which would be Baranora, the 2 summoned monsters, and Blue.
Blue the flame stake. Oh, snake, not steak. Sorry.
Flank snake.
I passed.
All right, how's the demon
18
and the
plus
monster
whatever.
fare?
Demon rolled a 10, so he got it.
All right, what about your summoned monster?
Looking it up. Agility, you said?
Agility,
Yeah.
I say.
An agility roll.
I say.
No, I am 1. You want 2. 2, I say.
Does it still get Banes for the demon being around?
No, that's just the darkness around you.
Yeah. Oh, that's sad. That's so
And not
sad.
so much.
So his arm like flails out and hits him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dead.
All right. Bye-bye, monster. All right, so now it's the golem's turn. He's laying on his side, and he's just going to smash somebody. So he's going to pick Barnor. You're still invisible, right? So it's between the demon and Blue. So 1 to 3
The
is
demon should
Blue.
be in darkness.
Oh yeah, so it's
Aren't
going to
the
have to be
demons all in
Blue.
darkness?
Well, no, he can still see the demon. It's kind of silhouetted, so he can choose.
That's true. So 1 to 3 is Blue. The rest is the demon. Rest is the demon. So he's going to wail on the demon. First attack. Excuse me.
And it suffers no banes, right?
It suffers no banes, apparently.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
Smash.
Yeah.
It mattered that time. All right. So it looks like the demon takes 26, and I'm not sure what his defense is. So
Oh no, I think
I'm not sure if the second one hit.
the first one hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's still one.
All right. And now slow turns. You've got a second demon attacking him. So proceed.
No, he already attacked because I took control of him. He goes in fast.
Oh, okay. All right. One more round, gentlemen. I think we'll do it.
Man, this is
And
where is.
the golem's going to have to go fast as a result. So you better take him out before he gets one more attack. All right. Looks like it's fast all the way down the board. So whoever wants to go first, do so now or forever hold your peace.
Zoro wants to go first.
Fire
Go
away.
first, Zoro.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is attempt to shoot this bastard in the face.
All right.
So we will.
You really want to shoot him because you're going to get a Bane shooting him. He's prone.
I don't care.
The shooting is kind of like a free attack, and then he gets to cast a spell. So
It's time to be a hero.
I missed.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you did.
You got
Here
close.
Here comes the thunder. Meteor, baby. This time I mean it.
8 damage.
There you go.
All right. So let's see. Make sure there's nothing I
He
need
takes
to know
half
here.
damage, so he takes 4.
Each creature in the area takes half the damage. That's interesting.
Yeah, the area is only 1 yard radius, so he can put it way down over here if he wants to.
All right.
Hit him right
I'm
in the
gonna put
nuts.
it down there, but just enough where it gets Bar Nora, and maybe singes her clothing a little.
Okay, so
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
yeah, you're just
She'd
trying to
run
get
around naked. She's psychotic, so it doesn't matter.
right.
No, no.
All right, so that burns him a little bit, but he does take half damage from spells, so that does not take him out.
Yeah, well, the gun's supposed to help, and it didn't. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? All right, so your teammates will come up to save the day. Who's next?
I went slow just in case all you jackholes miss.
That's probably wise.
Okay, who's the next jackhole?
Technically.
I'll go next. I'm
You
casting.
got like 9 demons or something, man. Let the demons eat his face. That's what they're here for.
Yep.
I am.
Go ahead, Rob.
I'm casting Conjure Steed.
Okay.
You can throw a horse at it.
Look,
The horse is going to run and go.
1d6 steeds.
look, guys. There's two demons in the area that we still have to deal with. I want an escape route.
But you're just
What's
providing
the-
lunch.
That sounds good to me. I'm mounting that horse.
That is hilarious. All right. Conjure Steed, got it. Who's next?
Have the demons attack and the creature attack the golem thingy.
The creature's dead. I think the monster game, he's dead.
Yeah, the monsters are dead, so it's just 2 demons that can attack.
Just 2 medium demons.
All right, that is exactly what you need to hit. And that widens one of the cracks immensely. It just basically spider webs up this thing's body. There is just a tendril, literally 1 point of health remaining on this creature, holding it together.
Watch it wipe the group. Already wiped.
The second demon misses, sadly. All right, looks like it's going to be up to one of you guys. Who's going? Vorvan, I think you and Barnora are the last fast.
I'm going slow, so I can't go yet.
Borvon, go ahead.
Summon a 3rd demon. Why not? There's a lot. This thing has a lot of health left. We need the XP.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll cannibalize magic. That's got a low chance of working, but we'll see. Actually, I think I have a whisper left, so I can make it work.
Make it work.
Hello.
My wife watches a show where some dude says that all the time.
Oh, is it that Tim Gunn guy?
Yeah, that's it.
Can I use my fortune and make that hit?
No, I can use I can use one of my last whisper and make it work. So it takes 8.
Okay. Do it.
So it's dead now.
Well, hold on. What does it say? It make an intellect attack against the target's strength. So you use that to make it a success. Target takes damage and regain. Okay, yeah. So you suck the last bits of magic. You suck the last bits of magic, holding this thing together right out of it. and the shell holding it together falls and crumbles to pieces all around it, revealing the pages of the Book of Creation within, which float to the ground and land gently.
All right, I'm gonna switch to a fast action, and I'm gonna beeline into those before the fucking demons light them on fire or something. And I'm
I
grabbing
wouldn't
those
worry about it
pieces of
because I'm
paper.
using my fast action to charge the demon.
Yeah.
All right, well, you charge that demon. I'm charging the papers, and I am.
Does a 22 hit the demon?
It does.
It takes 26 damage.
You should make a Forrest Gump feather go there too.
Yeah, a gust of wind takes the pages.
So, Vorvon, however much life that demon has, it just lost 26.
That should take it out. Last I checked, it
Yeah, it's dead.
it had taken quite a
Yeah,
bit.
demons don't have a lot of health. They're just yeah.
Yeah, they have 60 each.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, you guys are worried about it. I'll charge the other demon, too. I'll beat both their asses.
You can't charge up a sheer cliff.
Watch me.
Okay, Blue, you run up, or you slither up and grab the pages of the Book of Creation, and you gather them as they land on the ground, and you now have them in your possession. So you have completed this task. Now all you got to do is get back to the portal, and we can take care of that in between sessions. We are a bit past our normal stopping time. I know some of
Just
you
a
got to go
bit.
to work tomorrow morning, myself included. So let's go ahead and wrap it up here, and we will pick this up again next week with another level in your belt. So go ahead and level up to 8.
All right.
And a few more sessions remaining in this campaign. So Dan, I hope you're progressing well on your next one.
I am, and I will give you a little preview.
Ooh, like it.
So, yeah, make sure if you go to the other G Plus page, drop in any info that we asked for so I can keep getting stuff ready for the kind of backstory things in there.
Cool.
Other than that, I'll see you guys in a week.
Yep.
Oh,
Have a
Later,
great
guys.
week, fellas.
Yeah, you too, man.
Take care, y'all.
Yeah.
Later.